Guys, what's going on? It's good to see you guys. It's good to see you guys. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Here we are, guys. We're going to talk about baby deletions today. And boy, oh boy, do I have some foolishness for you, right? Absolute joke. You know? Now, guys, please, when we talk about topics like this, guys, I need you to code your language. Please, guys, please do me a favor. Code your language for the love of God. Because I do not want the stream to get taken down, you know? So, guys, we'll do controversial topics like this as long as we can keep the language clean, right? Yeah, someone had asked me about the whole Nicki Minaj thing because I don't really care, you know. As all these politicians and all these Hollywood stars are all degenerate pieces of trash, you know. And Nicki Minaj, she's trying to say that Jay-Z's in the Epstein files. You know, Nicki Minaj's husband is a pedo and a pervert, so they're all perverts, every single one of them, you know. And I find it rich that Hollywood tries to lecture us on morality when all of them are all perverts. Every single one of them. It's an absolute joke. Guys, let's break some news really fast, and then we'll get into the topic here. Look at this, guys. Atlanta authority executive used federal funds to pay herself rent and theft fraud scheme. Guys, what do you think this person looks like? In the chat,
like an angel. She's just misunderstood.
Secret, what's up, man? How you doing?
What's going on,
New nation for black people. It's time for you to start paying some dues, nigga. I ain't giving you shit.
I ain't giving these 304s shiznick with some D and some bubble gum. And guess what? I forgot the bubble gum.
Guys, look at how creepy this news anchor looks,
Transformer news anchor.
Dude, yikes. His face has had more cuts than a Thanksgiving turkey, man. Look at this guy. All right, guys, here, let's get it in this here.
A former Atlanta Housing Authority executive. Well. Guilty today in a federal court to collecting more than $300,000 in federal housing and pandemic funds. Channel 2 investigative reporter Ashley Lincoln live now in Fayetteville. Ashley, you were the only reporter in that courtroom today.
Yeah. If she were to lose like 50 pounds, she'd be kind of pretty. You know what I'm saying? And this is the difference between the United States and in places like Colombia and you know, the DR. All the girls, you don't have to say that. In the United States, like, well, if she were to not have lesbian hair, if she wouldn't have the bull ring, she'd be hot. No, there is none of that in South America. You know what I'm saying? All the chicks are they don't uglify themselves by cutting their hair, getting bull rings, all that other stuff, you know?
We were inside that courtroom this morning. I can tell you that Tracy Jones, that former senior vice president for the Atlanta Housing Authority, spoke very quietly, mostly answering yes or no questions. But she did agree, telling the judge about the conditions laid out in this plea agreement. One of the details including her using federal dollars to pay herself to rent this Fayetteville home she owns. What? A former Atlanta Housing Authority employee who asks not to be identified says the allegations leave a lasting stain on the agency meant to help families find stable footing.
It's going to make people question everything about the process, the system.
On Monday, former Senior Vice President Tracy Jones pleaded guilty to using her position for personal gain. More than $63,000 prosecutors say came after Jones falsified documents to approve her son's girlfriend for federal housing vouchers. Vouchers used to rent a Fayetteville home Jones owns. Court documents say Jones even staged a domestic violence incident to help secure voucher approval
Look
down
at
in
that.
Fayetteville.
Not only were you getting the voucher and giving it to the family member was renting your house. So you're double dipping.
Court records also say Jones used a fake name and business to pocket around $36,000.
She's gonna risk her safety and her whole career for $36,000. You
Not worth it.
absolute dunderhead.
You stupid woman.
This time in pandemic relief dollars. Then in 2022, authorities say Jones falsified paperwork again, this time to secure nearly $300,000 in a Federal Housing Administration mortgage on that same Fayetteville property.
Still not enough, guys.
But this is how-
Please, hold on. Guys, please. I don't condone doing dirt, right? You guys know how me and Seagate and Snowboard, the rest of us get down. Guys, please don't do anything that'll jeopardize your freedom or your safety. But if you do, it better be for life-changing money. I'm talking, guys, where you could get that, get that cash, get on a boat, you know what I'm saying, and get to international waters, man. Because do not risk your safety. 20, 30, 40 grand, 500 grand. Are you serious right now? Secret, you're saying?
So first, two things. I was fortunate enough that I learned early in my career that these deals, they are not worth your name, your career, your reputation, or your freedom. I learned that early in my sales career. Second, you see how it escalates. She becomes emboldened. They get these B-dubs. They get rid of they get away with something. And what did Charlie Murphy say? Perpetual line steppers. They get away with something, and they gotta push the envelope and try to get away with more.
Yeah, that's true. Sure. And they're not even smart about hiding it. You know what I'm saying? Like, say what you want about Bernie Madoff and all these people who have these multi-billion-dollar or $100 million schemes, the amount of effort alone that it took to actually get away with that.
Mm-hmm.
But these B-dubs can't even friggin' cross their T's and dot their I's, literally.
Not only did you take a voucher from a family, that house, your own home, was serviced by the agency that you work for.
Dumbass. All right, guys, we haven't
Judge Rosie Speedlin
about this story yet. Hey, did you guys hear about this story? This judge right here who's getting in trouble, right?
Lesbians.
Here we go, guys.
In 2018, Judge Rosie Speedlin Gonzalez became the first openly gay judge to be elected in Bexar County.
Heck yes. There's nothing more important to me than a homosexual server of justice.
Within months of taking the bench, a complaint was made by a local defense attorney to the State Commission on Judicial Conduct about the rainbow pride flag she had in her courtroom.
Look at that.
What? Are you kidding me? This is an outrage.
It came across very much like I was being targeted and discriminated against.
Of course. And guys, this is why people now, like there's employers who say if a person has their pronouns on their application, they won't hire them. Because the moment that you take on this type of mentality, it's perpetual victimhood. Omni's here, Josh is here, Captain Palsy's here, Equilibrium's here. Julian, how you doing? Good to see you guys.
And it wasn't just the rainbow pride flag that she was forced to remove.
I was also ordered to remove all rainbows from the courtroom. My mouse pad, the pen that I used.
They made her get rid of her gay mouse pad? Oh, this is war. 4
years later, we finally got their opinion last week, and they vacated any sanctions against me and dismissed the grievance that was originally filed.
It was a meaningful victory, not only for her.
I see, like, she should just be doing her job. Guys, how many black male judges have we seen, or like even B-dubs that we see on like courtroom madness? You guys don't see like BLM stuff or like the Pan-African flag or any of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Guys, think about that one asshole Mexican judge that screws over dads, the fat guy. Do you ever see a Mexican flag behind him? No. You know what I mean? This doesn't make any sense.
But the entire LGBTQ community. What is most important, she says, going forward is providing equal justice for all.
Woohoo! Equality. The future is bright now that my favorite lesbian judge has her rainbows back.
Judge Rosie Speedland Gonzalez turned herself in this afternoon on both felony and misdemeanor charges.
Look at
this is priceless.
And she must have got some Ozempic or something, because look at the difference, you know?
News 4's cameras caught the moment Speedland Gonzalez walked into a courtroom to be indicted.
That indictment alleges the judge illegally detained a woman while acting in her official role.
A defendant accused of violating probation admitted he failed to check in with his probation officer. His attorney, Elizabeth Russell, then asked to correct the record. As Russell objected to how the record was being described, Judge Speedland Gonzalez warned the discussion was over, saying, quote, "Your argumentative ways are not going to work today." Moments later, the transcript shows Judge Speedland Gonzalez directing the bailiff to detain the attorney, saying, "Put her in the box." Just 8 minutes into the hearing, Russell was placed in handcuffs.
Look at that.
The transcript shows she repeatedly asked for a contempt hearing and for a judicial supervisor to be contacted. The judge responded, "I can hold you in contempt, Miss Russell. Are you going to behave professionally or aren't you?"
The judge berated the attorney while she sat restrained in a jury box.
Look at that. You can't do that. Guys, do you guys understand what happened here?
No.
Like, okay, so
she held someone hostage.
Yes. When you hold someone in contempt, there's a process, right? But you can't just have your cronies just grab the person, handcuff them immediately without any recourse. Isn't it funny that the wokes always claim that conservatives are basically the Gestapo? That's basically what she's doing here. This would be the same as her just grabbing someone out of the hallway and dragging them to jail. You can't do that.
Yeah, so basically there was absolutely zero due process.
Not exact. Well, I mean, it is a woke woman. What do you expect? You know?
Yeah.
Russell, who declined comment today.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Why do the biggins always wear red? Why?
Filed a criminal complaint.
Before all of this went down, some former staff spoke out that Speedy Gonzalez was becoming a bit of a tyrant.
Speedy Gonzalez.
Yariba.
Yo, that's pretty funny, man. I mean, come on. Yeah.
The behavior she gave was aggressive when it did not need to be. Became very no, this is what I'm saying. I'm the judge. I'm going to do this, whether you all like it or not. It just was not appropriate.
She says the judge, who she's known for more than a decade and considered a personal friend, had a noticeable shift in behavior and began lashing out at defendants in court. One female defendant.
She had a pregnancy scare. She, thought it led to a miscarriage. So the judge went ahead and told her to invest in batteries and get basically a vibrator. Less trouble. And that is what blew my mind.
She literally said, "Go F yourself."
Yeah, literally. Guys, how many times have we seen these woke liberal dunderheaded judges, the B-dubs, the Beckys, you know what I'm saying? Doing this. Who thought that it would be a good idea to put these dunderheads, in law school, period, but as a judge, as a DA? Can you imagine, guys, having some woke dunderheaded moron defending you in court? The only time where I would say that it was okay to have a female lawyer, especially as a defense attorney, is if her last name ended in Stein or Berg. That's the type of lawyer you want. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you that. They're attack dogs, you know what I'm saying? They are gonna get you out of there, so
First time.
Or an 18-year-old berated by the judge after his case manager found a video with sexual content on his cell phone.
calling him a poser. And, this young man is homeless. He lives in a group setting. He was triggered. He was shaking. It was ugly.
Perhaps the power went to her head and she became a monster. But can you blame her? They took away the gay flag.
So that, guys. Here we have a couple updates on this story here.
Accused of having an attorney handcuffed and kept in a jury box. Judge Rosie Speedland Gonzalez turned herself in this afternoon on both felony and misdemeanor charges.
KSAT Investigates broke the story 2 weeks ago, and Dylan Collier continues to follow through now that the case has gone to a grand jury.
Judge Rosie Speedland Gonzalez's legal ordeal began December 17, 2024, during an argument with defense attorney Elizabeth Russell inside County Court 13. Speedland Gonzalez ordered Russell to be handcuffed. Court transcripts show the judge berated the attorney while she sat.
Yeah. This is Ozempic face right here, guys.
Yeah, no doubt.
You guys, you're not supposed to lose weight this quickly. That's why you see her skin is so taut.
In
so loose.
The jury box. Russell, who declined comment today, filed a criminal complaint. Earlier this month, case added the judge's behavior as increasingly erratic. The 2-count indictment accuses Speedland Gonzalez of unlawful restraint by a judge, a second-degree felony, and misdemeanor official oppression. And Speedland Gonzalez did not.
Guys, please, if you have to wear a suit,
don't be fat.
Don't be fat, guys. I'm not asking you to be an Olympic level athlete. Guys, please do your best to be in shape. Look at this guy looks like the Michelin Man.
Respond to a request seeking comment. Records show she turned herself in just after noon and was released from custody around 2 o'clock.
All right, so now that she's not in custody, Dylan, what ultimately happens to the judge moving forward?
Yeah, she has an opponent in the March primary, which is now just over 4 weeks away. The State Commission on Judicial Conduct could also move to suspend her, which we have seen happen a couple of 6-7 months. Uvalde County and Frio County, we saw it play out that way. So I expect the commission to move forward in the coming days. Probably will act quickly. Not sure what that discipline will be, though.
All right, here we go, guys. One more update here, and then we have another one with one.
Oh, but Judge Rose, new details tonight show
how you doing?
What happened inside a Bexar County courtroom before a judge ordered a defense attorney handcuffed. It happened more than a year ago, but Judge Rosie Speedland Gonzalez was just arrested this week following an indictment. Our Alicia Nieves has obtained the court transcript and breaks down what unfolded. Alicia?
Isis, this all happened in less than 10 minutes during a probation hearing in December 2024. And the newly released transcript shows how quickly it escalated.
Began as a routine probation hearing. A defendant accused of violating probation admitted he failed to check in with his probation officer. His attorney, Elizabeth Russell, then asked to correct the record. According to the court transcript, that request triggered a heated exchange with the judge, Rosie Speedland Gonzalez. Attorneys are not allowed to coach answers to their clients, the judge said. As Russell objected to how the record was being described, Judge Speedland Gonzalez warned the discussion was over, saying, quote, "Your argumentative ways are not going to work today. Stop or I'll hold you in contempt." The back and forth continued, with the judge asserting control of the courtroom. Moments later, the transcript shows Judge Speedland Gonzalez directing the bailiff to detain the attorney, saying, "Put her in the box." Just 8 minutes into the hearing, Russell was placed in handcuffs. The transcript shows she repeatedly asked for a contempt hearing and for a judicial supervisor to be contacted.
Yeah, that's due process.
The judge responded, "I can hold you in contempt, Miss Russell. Are you going to behave professionally or aren't you?" After Russell replied, "I will," the judge ordered the handcuffs removed. But the confrontation didn't end there. The transcript shows continued accusations, claims of bias, and threats of grievances from both sides before the judge moved to end the hearing early. Now, more than a year later, the grand jury indicted Speedland Gonzalez on charges of unlawful restraint and official oppression, accusing her of illegally detaining the attorney while acting in her official role.
Speedling Gonzalez posted a $20,000 bond and was released. The State Commission on Judicial Conduct could still review this case, so we reached out to see if they plan.
Good. All right, guys. Last story here. Watch this.
Hopefully she gets a speedy trial.
Oh!
County commissioner accused of driving under the influence with her children in the car says she did nothing wrong.
And she says deputies should never have used the pit maneuver to get her to stop. Tom Jones has been following this case, and he's live in Clayton County tonight, where the former commissioner went before a judge.
And Linda, this is where deputies used that pit maneuver to get former county commissioner Felicia Franklin Warren to stop. Her attorney says that
Felicia Franklin Warren. You guys know what this person looks like, right? I mean, let's be
pit maneuver was illegal. When she went before a judge, she denied the charges. And since so many people would be seeing this, she wanted to make sure she looked just right.
Uh-oh.
What's on YouTube?
Well. Former Clayton County Commissioner Felicia Franklin Warner wanted to make sure she was camera ready when she went before a judge.
What's up?
She also was shocked to see who was representing her.
How you gonna represent me when you was representing the person that I had to deal with before now? That's gonna be a conflict of interest.
Attorney Thomas Florio repeatedly warned Warner the hearing was being live streamed and not to talk. But when the judge told her she faces DUI, alcohol less safe, fleeing from police, reckless driving, 2 counts of child cruelty, and other charges, Warner wanted to set the record straight.
Ma'am, that is not correct.
Ms. Warner, I'll do the talking. Please don't talk.
Okay, no problem.
Georgia State Patrol says a deputy tried to initiate a traffic stop, but Warner kept going January 22nd. The deputy then used a pit maneuver to get her to stop on Fayetteville Road. Warner's attorney says GSP noted it didn't believe she was under the influence. Florio says someone overrode the trooper's observation. Florio said the pit maneuver was illegal and unnecessary.
We don't believe that she fled from the police. We believe that she made efforts to notify law enforcement that she was attempting to stop her car.
Florio said he strongly believes there's no evidence Warner is guilty of anything.
I cannot stress enough that we genuinely believe that there is no evidence as her having committed any of these crimes.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
All right, guys. So on to the topic here. Now, guys, once again, baby deletion, right? Because one of the things that's like a cornerstone of the modern women's movement
I am woman, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore.
is the ability to delete their children. Guys, that was the number one reason why these dunderheads voted for Knucklehead Harris. Is if they get pregnant, they don't want to have any accountability at all. And the moment that they find out that they're pregnant, and guys, most chicks who are about this honestly believe that up to the day of birth, you should be able to get rid of the kid. It's insane. And they argue, oh, well, late-term baby deletions don't happen. Yes, they do. Even though it's not a lot, guys, it shouldn't happen. Guys, it's so funny that they say, oh, well, you know, it's a completely, okay. Anyone who says that they're not pro baby deletion, they're pro-choice, goes, if you're pro-choice, you are pro baby deletion. Because if you're truly about equality, guys, men can't get baby deletions, right? Therefore, you know, if you want to be equal, you women shouldn't be able to have them either under the law. Or men should be able to legally not be responsible for their kids. If a woman has a choice to not be a parent, a man should have a choice to not be a parent.
Yeah.
But ultimately, guys, put a one if you agree. This is about special treatment and privileges. This is not about equality. At the moment that women got the right to vote without any of the responsibilities and obligations that us men have, the entire crux of their argument, we want to have preferential treatment. That's all it is. And when it comes to baby deletion, they always argue, oh, it's from SA. Oh, it's from, no, it's not. Like less than 1%. These women want to, Easy. Marry before you carry. If you don't want to get pregnant, don't have sex, because they tell men if you don't want to have a knock up some chick, don't have sex. Period. The concept of consent to sex doesn't mean consent to pregnancy is absolutely absurd. Let's put a 1 if you agree. Like, per our biological function, the point of sex is reproduction. Yes? And I'm not saying that in some puritanical religious way. You know what I'm saying? Because guys, the reason why people bone is because it's fun.
Yeah.
Right? It feels good. Because ultimately, the result of sex is supposed to be children. That's just how it works. If it wasn't for modern innovations that men made, the result of sex would be children. But these women are so ungrateful. They're so moronic that they can't even thank men for the fact that birth control, IUDs, all this other stuff, baby deletion was invented by men. Then have the nerve to say, oh, well, men are out there trying to take our freedoms away. Men are the ones who gave them to you in the first place. In the way that these Theophors are so flippant about how they speak about baby deletion. Guys, these feminists talk out of both sides of their neck, right? I'll tell you how. How is it that women say that it's a clump of cells, but then if a woman miscarries, oh my God, I don't know. I thought it was a clump of cells. How is it that if a woman says it's a clump of cells, but she gets in a car accident and loses the baby, all of a sudden, oh my God. So the only thing that's supposed to matter is if she wants it or not. I've said this before. California, Oregon, Washington State, where they've put language into the law where preborn children are not human beings. Oftentimes, when there's a crime committed against a pregnant person, as they say, they can't punish the criminal if the baby's lost because it's not a baby. So they think like children. They think like children. It's an absolute joke. No, guys. Okay. Ultimately, guys, I'm anti having inconsistencies in your arguments, and I'm anti, guys. I have a lot of background noise. Someone's bumping stuff around. If you could mute, guys. I'm just about inconsistencies in arguments, right, guys? When these Theophors talk about baby deletion, right, guys, don't ever try and argue this with women. Right, guys, don't try and talk about when life begins and all this other stuff, because we know scientifically life begins at conception. Once that sperm fertilizes that egg, it's a new life. Period. That's how how is this a thing? Now the way that these feminists have said is, they've established the feminine and the masculine and said all women have rights. But then they use dehumanizing language to where females in the womb don't have rights. Oops. So there goes an argument, right? And then you have people like this chick who's a vegan who say, oh, all life is precious unless it's in the womb. It's just inconsistency. It just drives me crazy because they're trying to inform policy with this. They're trying to dictate society by inconsistent, illogical points of view, and it drives me absolutely up the wall. And then they act like, oh, well, it's only men who want to limit a baby deletion. Guys, I think 2019 was the first time that the majority of women were actually pro-choice. I think it's like 52% of women are pro-choice and the rest are pro-life. But women are split 1-to-1 as far as pro-life and pro-choice. And guys, Colin, question for you. Because I know that you're in Washington State. Have you ever driven past your local Planned Parenthood back when there was a protest?
Yeah, many years ago. Yeah.
Okay. What sex were the majority of the protesters?
Men.
No, they were women. Nope. Not in
older
Seattle.
Christian women.
In Olympia, where I used to live.
Well, this was back like 10 years ago in Everett, and it was they had the parenting planning place right next to the post office, and there was always like one or two broads, but it was usually like 5, 6, 7 men who were there.
No, I would see a whole crowd of women, and then one guy with a microphone.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Pro-life women do a lot more. Pro-life men might do debates like Michael Knowles, but pro-life women are out there protesting and all with signs and all that other stuff. That's not usually like a male thing to do, is go out with a sign and protest like these. That's why all these dunderheads who are at these ICE protests. Beta. I mean, come on, right? But guys, this is Abolitionist Rising, and as we get into this, right, I want you to see how flippantly these women talk about baby deletion. It's become a thing where like they're just showing off and trying to get attention. They're trying to get validation by saying the most incendiary, moronic, idiotic things. Lazy Camper says most women you ever met hate babies. When they're kids, they love babies. When they grow up, they suddenly hate babies. Lazy here. I believe that women, they want to get pregnant to try and get Chad or Tyrone to stay, or the biological clock is ticking, right? But also, what's the one thing that pregnant chicks get from other women and from society when they're pregnant? Exactly. They have baby showers. They have everyone talk. Oh, here, take my seat, or oh, I'll buy you lunch, or all this. It's everyone focusing on them. Then they have the baby, and guess what happens? It's all about the baby now. This is the same as these women who want the wedding and not the marriage. These women want the pregnancy and the validation of motherhood, but not the actual work that comes with being a mother. Absolutely insane. Insane. Here we go, guys. Watch. Now this is.
Do you eat animals?
This is one chick who's trying to say she's a vegan. Watch.
I want to turn vegan because
But right now you eat animals. Do you eat humans? So I think that just regardless of what you say, you know that humans and animals are different, and you want humans to be treated differently. So did you know in the animal kingdom, animals eat each other every minute of the day? Animals. Do you think humans should be able to eat other humans?
Do you know that ants? Every species on Earth, like ants, have different
social structures and orders.
Yes. Sorry. And
yeah, but they're animals. They're ants. So I can stomp on an ant, but I can't stomp on you because you are made in the image of God. And even if you deny that, you acknowledge it.
I don't believe in God. I really.
I know. I'm saying you, even though you deny that, you kind of acknowledge it. But I'm saying that thought, that belief that slavery is wrong and is wrong and stealing from people is wrong, all of that has to be based in something. And if you want to undermine God and morality and good and evil and all that kind of stuff, then really, when people want to enslave other people, you have to stand there in your worldview and say, you know what? He can do with his body whatever he wants to do. Do you eat animals? Just think about it.
I will not think about it. I think about it every fucking day, and I think it's so dumb that every people like you are here and commenting everybody that you can say.
I'm just talking. I'm not even judging you. I'm just saying.
But you're here. Do you have nothing else to do?
Yeah, I'm choosing to do this like you're choosing to do what you're doing. Why are you judging me and telling me I can't do this with my time?
I won't. And you post this.
Yes.
Everyone else is
in case you've aborted a child, I want you to know there's forgiveness in Christ, and you can confess that abortion, and He can free you.
What I thought about abortion.
Yes, I did.
So that's why.
And you shared, and I appreciate that. I like hearing what you said, but I don't mind telling you that what you said contradicted itself repeatedly. And the moment you saw that, you wanted to leave. What's that? No, it did. You said that
Not mine.
when I said,
in my head, you know what I'm thinking. You know the life I have.
when I said a human doesn't have the right to do whatever they want with their body to hurt another body, you said, amen, that's right.
It's a
That's we are all made of cells. You are cells.
You see, guys, the dehumanizing language.
Yep.
And this guy makes a good point. The dehumanizing language that they use towards the unborn is the same that they used to use towards black people or natives. You know what I'm saying? Or like that the Western Europeans use against the Eastern Europeans, or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Once you normalize dehumanizing language, bad things happen. And to think, like, people would never, ever, ever say we should push for puppy deletion and go grab dogs that are probably pregnant and delete the puppies, right? But they're quick to say that we should delete babies, human babies. Isn't that nuts?
Well, nothing is sacred to them, and that's kind of why it's not treated with any reverence or respect, really.
There's a couple.
You said this is murder, right?
Yeah.
Murder is like you're taking someone's life, where you actually
kill a human.
Yeah, but this is different. Because in that moment,
No, this is the main way that people murder.
But in that moment, that person doesn't have a brain.
No, so as you sound on your phone, like six to 8 weeks, right?
Yeah.
You see that? So before I look it up, I just want you to know, I don't think what defines a human is the possession of a brain. I think humans do get brains at a certain stage, but as you were kind of like looking at it.
Okay, sir, if you don't have a brain, are you a human?
That's what he's talking.
Okay, wait, no, yeah, okay, you have, but I'm.
Well, none of you guys have brains,
Yeah,
you morons.
underheads, yeah.
Broccoli-headed bastards.
Then you don't have a brain, are you a human? Let me talk.
Right, if I get pregnant right now, I'm not pregnant with a puppy, right?
Yeah, but
I'm pregnant with a human baby, right?
It's not a human baby when you get the abortion.
You're not at all.
Wait a minute, what did he say?
You see this?
Oh my god, these people are cooked, dude.
You see this? And guys, once again, I watched this guy because people are so this is such a feelings-based argument that they can't even make logical arguments when it comes to this, right? We'll go over a couple more of these, but just watch it how stupid they're arguing.
And they haven't thought any of it out which is fine, which is kind of okay. That's what the guy's there for a little bit, but you think they would take a minute and actually think about what I don't think they really even had a view on it. I don't think they really have a view except that it's like okay,
they do. It's just talking points. It's talking points that they've learned in their high schools, their education, their college, and the internet, right? Whereas here's the thing. Once you start hearing their arguments, you realize that it's just a script, just like all the other feminist talking points, the patriarchy and all this crap, right? But guys, these people are in these echo chambers where these people have probably never talked to a pro-life person before ever. Exactly. So a lot of pro-life people really aren't online like this, or they're not out there standing with signs, you know. So
odds with us. You're at odds with all scientific knowledge.
I'm just letting you know when it's like.
This is early on. This is first trimester.
So how long?
This is about 10 or 11 weeks. Sure? Yeah. So you look up like 11-week fetus or something like that.
That's 9 weeks.
Yeah.
That's
11 weeks is what I said.
You said 10 weeks.
10 or 11 weeks. You look up like 11-week fetus. Are you trying to learn, or are you trying to catch me in something? So this is 9 weeks.
Yeah, you said 10 weeks.
Okay, so look at this. Look at your phone. Just type in 10-week-old human ultrasound or something like that. So to see this picture? Yeah. That's good. That's good.
Oops. Guys, please don't put this R word in the chat. I appreciate the $10. He says that he contradicts himself. Precious humans are different from humans and says animals are each other. But guys, please, guys, put SA for, because don't put the R word, guys. That's a huge no word, right? On YouTube. So
How is that different? Yeah, look at that. That does not look anything like that. What are you talking about? That's like the same thing.
This is like exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny.
Even when it's
that's so funny, man.
Yeah, but guys, here's the thing.
The thing I disagree with here is the fact that if something cannot physically survive outside of the room, then it cannot be classified as murder because it's not a reasonable human being.
Yeah, my 1-month-old can't survive.
You on a ventilator, they can't live outside the womb.
5, 6, 7, 8. It's. Do you know what a baby looks like on a scanner?
But I was just trying to use your logic that if the baby, you just went, look, they can't live by themselves, then it's okay to murder them. But that could apply to babies who are born, who are in NICU on a ventilator right now. No, but you just moved. Just use that argument. Stop moving around. So your argument was...
Now, do you see how in her feelings she is, guys? Right? You know, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to have a calm argument about this topic, but the way these feminists are, Castigator, bro, when he said the R word, it was bleeped out. You want to see it again?
Right.
Watch. Watch.
Just think about it. You
I
just
think about it. I think about it every fucking day, and I think it's so dumb.
I'm judging you. I'm just.
I won't.
Do you eat animals?
I
deny that. You acknowledge that. You kind of acknowledge it. But I'm saying that thought, that belief that slavery is wrong and is wrong, and
you see that? It's beeped out, dude. Guys, please. I'm not trying to chastise you for no reason. YouTube will take the stream down. Okay? Please put R_PE. Put grape, GRAPE. Guys, please.
You could perhaps put Clinton.
I'm gonna
like that.
Guys, and it's not personal to anyone that puts the wrong words in. I mean, you might be new, fine, but guys, ultimately, I can say this. I can give you the YouTube spiel, or I can just say, guys, because I said so. I hate to pull rank, guys, but guys, if we can take on more topics like this, but guys, do not put language that I deem unacceptable. Okay? I've managed to get 2 years without getting demonetized, without getting got by YouTube. All right? We have the perfect formula right now. If I say to not put Smotsies or Mustache Man or any of this stuff, guys, just please follow the rules. I'm not trying to single you out. I'm not trying to, order you around, guys. I usually don't have to pull rank. I don't. So, guys, please code your language, even if you think that it might be strange or something that's on the line. Just don't take one of the letters out. Switch one of the letters around. If it's on the screen, it's on a video, but it's different if I'm saying it or someone in the chat saying it. That's two different things on YouTube, man. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I get it. Castigator, I'm not trying to come down on you, bro. You probably didn't know. But to everyone else, and especially since these daytime lives, there's a new crowd. Guys, we should be able to. Censorship is not about vernacular. It's about censoring ideas. We should be able to say what we want to say and outsmart the algorithm. All of us are clever enough to say all types of cockamamie foolishness that we say on this channel without having to trigger the algorithm. The algorithm is the coyote, and we're the roadrunner, guys. You know what I'm saying? So hold on.
I mean, like, this is the behavior that's exhibited by someone who's ashamed of their view.
Let me tell you right now, this guy is not ashamed of his.
Like, I do.
Like, my mom
Yeah.
is liberal, my dad's Republican, so I'm married both sides.
Okay.
I grew up Christian, I still am Christian. I assume you're
Yes,
a faith.
I follow Christ. Yes.
Can you flip the sign around?
Yes. Which one? I keep on getting it wrong. This one?
Yes.
Guys, people steal this guy's signs. You know what I'm saying? They try and knock his cameras down. There's this one woke idiot who I'll show you guys where he gets up in this guy's wife's face, and then this guy, he's a pastor. He has to get up in his face like, hey, leave her alone. Isn't it crazy that wokey wokes don't believe in violence against women unless the women disagree with them? Funny how that works, right?
Okay, so this is like a genuine question.
Yes.
Do you think taking a pill to terminate a baby, that's
Yes.
abortion in your mind, right?
Yeah, so and it's murder with malice aforethought. So the reason I think that is because
she's already
Can I
lost.
walk you over here to this side? Like, look at this, right? Here on this pole, right? It says, need to be unpregnant. You see that?
I think that's messed up.
All right, I know, but see, that's a QR code, right?
Yeah.
So if you're pregnant, you're with child, and you don't want to be pregnant, so need to be unpregnant. It's a euphemism for getting an abortion.
Yeah.
You scan that, and you can order pills.
Okay.
And they send them to your house.
Seriously?
All you do is pop 2 pills. Yeah.
What?
You pop 2 pills. Yep.
And that's on a QR code thing on a lamppost?
Yeah.
Are you
Now, guys,
serious?
Now the reason why I'm showing you this guys, is because we're gonna go to TikTok here in a little bit and look at some chicks that regret doing this, right? And just like being a transformer, you guys see that one chick won her case against her doctor because she was at 14, and then the doctor did a mastectomy and everything on her. And she's like, I wasn't able to make that decision, and you mutilated me. Yeah, guys, a lot of women, guys, the reason why this is going on is because they're making it they're talking so flippant. They're making it such a unserious thing. The dehumanizing language, the convenience of it. Something that's so serious shouldn't be so convenient, right, guys?
Yeah.
Who agrees with me?
You can't get insulin or
Yeah.
an EpiPen, or something like that ordered at a QR code. That's crazy that they have it so easily like that.
Yeah.
So the reason I think it's murder with malice aforethought, which means that you have the desire that this human being that's in your womb, that is you peed on the stick and it says you're pregnant, you don't want them to continue to be alive. So you choose to scan the QR code. You choose to put in your information, order the pill. Then when the pill comes, you choose to put it in your mouth because you know that the outcome is going to be that child die.
Now, guys, look at this idiot right here. This bull ring douchebag. Watch.
This guy says a rapist should be killed.
And this guy says that a baby conceived in rape should be killed.
I guess that's where we
See this? Now watch. This is in Portland.
Hey,
Watch.
hey, how about-
Where's when he gets up in the woman's face? He gets up in her face. Yes. Watch. See? This is a woman.
Sir, I would like for you to back away from me.
Look at this guy.
I thought you were trying to get a good picture of me.
Look at that.
Get out of her face. What's up?
I've never seen him like anywhere near angry. You know what I mean? Because he's so calm. But this guy was a total turd, a total woke goof, liberal college professor, moron that was just losing his mind.
Get out of her face.
Do not
You're a
touch me.
professor at the University
Let's
of
go
Oklahoma,
here.
and
Let's
you were
go.
assaulting a young woman.
No, I'm not assaulting anyone.
Go home.
Go. You want to? You're done with the conversation?
Yes, I'm done with the
So
conversation.
you can't answer certain questions.
I can answer all your questions.
No, you haven't.
I can answer all your questions.
You haven't answered a single question.
The whole
Which is-
time I was having a conversation with you, all you did was mock and say absolutely stupid things.
I've never seen him like get up in a person's face, but I think that's that's not his wife. I think that's one of his daughters, maybe. But yeah, it's so funny because they're like, oh, it's funny how there's all men out here, and then there's like actually out of the 9 of us here, 5 of us are women, and then their whole argument falls apart.
need to be mocked because you're without logic. You're
People who
without
stand up-
reason.
No, I
and
was
you
using
stand on this
logic, reason,
you stand on
language.
you stand on this corner,
Engaging
trying to tell other
whoever.
people how to live their lives.
Yeah, your son needs to put
That's
you
what
in
you're
place.
trying to do right now.
No, you're a professor now. You're not just some lunatic dad out here. You're a professor. So we're going to change our tone just a little bit with you.
See?
That's what I'm talking about.
See? They're clowns.
Childish.
You know? Even guys, the only argument that you that I can see that's pro-choice is a bodily autonomy argument, right? People should be able to do with their bodies what they want. And in the same way that someone can't, if there's my neighbor needs a kidney and I'm the only match, then I can't be forced to give them my kidney, right? That's the only, a woman, another person's in her womb, but she shouldn't be forced to let that person use her womb. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's logical. That makes sense.
Yeah.
You know
The thing with that, AJ, is like any argument that you bring in for pro-choice, like, not forcing a woman to birth a child that she conceived, can also be used to absolve the man of the responsibilities equally, right? So if you use
Larry, my point is that that's the only argument that I can see being debated here that you could actually be somewhat effective in arguing, right? Like, what do they always talk about? It's not a person, it's a clump of cells, it's not human, right? Those arguments aren't just completely fictitious and they don't even make any sense, right? The bodily autonomy one is the only one that has at least a leg to stand on. Now, whether you agree with it or not, I could actually see the pro-choice side from a rights perspective, right? Arguing like, look, if a person's in my house and I don't want them there, no, whether I brought them into my house or not, if I want them to leave, I should be able to get them out by any means necessary. A woman should be able to argue that for her womb. I don't agree with it. I'm just saying that that's the only one that I think has a leg to stand on. I've never heard any of these woke liberal dunderheads make that argument.
Yeah, no, they don't actually.
Guys, has anyone ever heard
Neither have I.
a woman make that argument? No, seriously, guys, in the chat, has anyone ever heard anyone make that argument on the left?
I have heard it in like a street interview before, and that is the only valid argument that I can really think of.
Batty Commander, how you
so
doing?
if I could offer a couple of retorts on that, right? The bodily autonomy of the child gets violated, right? It's a living organism and it wants to live. It's not committing suicide, right? It's a DNA sequence that's self-replicating.
I can't have that S word. All right, guys. Yeah, suicide. Say self-deletion.
Got it.
Yeah, keep going.
So yeah, that kid does not want to self-delete. That kid, it's a DNA sequence completely unique. Unique as a person's fingerprint.
Larry, I get it. But what if a person doesn't want to leave my house?
No, that's fair enough, right? That person has the ability to leave the house.
No. But hold on. What if they don't want to leave? They say, I'm not leaving.
Force them out. Yeah, I agree with that. Force them out.
But do you see, at least that argument's getting somewhere? Do you understand? Because I've never heard a lefty woke white Becky make this argument.
Yeah,
it's always it's always this, and then the people, and then look, Pearly Things said it the best, and I'll try and pull up.
Well, it's similar to taking the jab. It just comes down to a certain point. It's like, it's my body. I don't want to inject it with that, and that's that. It's just.
But the same thing is like, okay, let's say you have a baby in your house, right? After the baby's been born, Why can't you just put it out?
Well, people do, but not many. They'd rather not live with the consequences later down the line that they put their kid up for adoption or at the firehouse or something like that. I think with some women too, to be honest with you, I think in a sick way, this has become kind of a rite of passage or some type of sick like ritual initiation.
You know what? Sorry.
That I think if you're a hardcore feminist, this like lots of girls have had one of these. So in some ways they're like that in a sick way is like them stepping into womanhood and stuff in a way. I think this is a relatively new thing, but I do think that there is that kind of strange sorority type.
Well, it's part of the woman zeitgeist, right? Of being able to here. Do you guys?
And I'm not saying they're all doing this or anything.
You guys see this?
12 or 13, and these are not Plan Bs. These are real going to get abortion.
Oh yeah, baby, they knew me by name.
You went to the abortion clinic 13.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember I had to use.
Yeah.
Look at that, guys. Look at that.
Streets. I'm a bitch from the streets. I get that money. Bitch, give me what you got.
Guys, stop and take a second and hit that like button, guys. Let's try and hit 100 likes quick. All right, guys, we're at 63 likes, guys. I appreciate that, guys. Hit the super chat button, guys. Thanks for the super chats. I appreciate that. Thanks for the cash apps, guys. Yeah.
It was one of my cousins' IDs to go get my last one. Then I was like, I ain't going back.
They won't let you come back in?
After a certain amount of times in the city, they were hell no. Don't send us to jail. Everybody in here, she just keep coming back.
So that's your miracle, baby, in a sense of you like, I'm finna just have it.
A year before I got pregnant with my son, I had got pregnant and we was gonna keep a baby. And I miscarried.
Got you.
At like 7 months, I miscarried. It was a girl.
Wow.
Well, 6 months pregnant.
You knew what you were having.
I did not until I had until I miscarried.
Gotcha.
So then after that, about a year, I got pregnant twice. I got pregnant one more time, once or twice.
That's the thing that I don't get. Grip, Rajai, Dante, guys, anyone in this chat that's black, I want you to sound off, right? Guys, why is it that you have Asian chicks that can be 304s in college, white girls that can be 304s in college, Hispanic girls that can be 304s and bang the football team, the baseball team, the basketball team, and not get pregnant? But these 304s, these B-dubs, they just keep getting pregnant. Why?
You know something? Because you know something? I blame Snowboard and him not perfecting his pull-out game. Pull
out game, mate. Pull out game, man. I just don't pull out, bitch. For you motherfuckers that want to know, I don't pull out. It ain't weak, motherfucker. I don't pull out.
Yeah, Boston cream pie has chocolate on it, so.
Maybe the B-dubs are like especially fertile.
No, I would say Hispanic chicks are especially fertile because man,
I don't even shake hands with them.
Yeah, man. Back when I lived down in Texas, because they start young, they get married young and start young. Yeah. It's like a 27-year-old married Hispanic chick with like 6 kids, 7 kids. You know what I'm saying? They are fertile. Solomon Grundy with $10, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for that.
You are scaring the hoes.
Thank you so much.
After that, but I wasn't ready. When I miscarried, the hardest thing was planning the funeral because I was so far along, and I went to
You see the difference, guys? So she miscarried and there's a funeral, but she baby deleted and there wasn't.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like, does that make sense? So
went to St. Vincent's, which is a Catholic hospital. They don't believe in like cremating the baby. They believe like if you miscarry, you have to take the baby and you got to bury the baby and you have to do all of that with the baby. And I had to do that. I think that was the hardest thing I had to do.
Yeah.
But girl, I was back.
Other than keep your leg closed. And guys, here she's gonna talk about God, right? Come on. God has nothing to do with the fact that you're a dirty, nasty, serial killing 304, right, guys?
Outside. I'm outside. I'm an outside girl, though. I just love. I'm not an angry girl. I'm not a sad girl. Nothing really makes me sad. If you hurt my feelings, I always tell my guy, like if I'm in a relationship or whatever, and it's not working, like or whatever.
I can't, guys.
Yeah,
I can't. Now, guys, here we go. Just really, really fast. Look at this. This is Pearl bodying Lila Rose. She's like, guys, Pearl is right. Guys, let me know if you agree. Guys, the whole baby deletion thing is over with. These people that are trying to fight like the abolitionist rising guy and Lila Rose, they're wasting their time.
Yeah. Yep.
I hate to say it, guys, but and Pearl's been saying this. She's like, it's cooked. It's cooked. You guys had RVW overturned, and it still hasn't dented baby deletions. It's in the zeitgeist. It's in the culture. It's in the women now.
Yep.
Women have had free reign to delete their children for years. Plus, the rates of 1 to 5-year-olds getting deleted by their mothers has gone through the roof. The fight is over. They've lost. You know what I'm saying? So, and guys, Lila Rose just can't handle it. Watch.
The way that Planned Parenthood does. Planned Parenthood has like hundreds of millions of dollars.
Look, you
to
don't
lie
have
to people and spend on marketing.
You don't have to convince me that pro-life is like a good or abortion's right. I think it's.
What I'm doing, Curl, is I don't want to discourage people from joining the pro-life movement. And I would say I think we need more professional people in the pro-life movement who are advancing the cause. Planned Parenthood has a tremendous amount of money that they're investing professionally in developing the pro-abortion lobby. So I would argue we need actually more resources in the pro-life movement. We need more people who are professionally engaged in the pro-life movement.
More money
in order to advance the cause of the unborn.
Right, but the challenge is we see this
abortion,
as a
abolition,
losing,
and changing hearts and minds.
The challenge is most people see this as a losing cause. Like nobody really sees the pro-life movement as having really won much in the past 50 years.
Well,
and
listen,
I would say, wait, I would say a lot of people that hypothetically could or would be, when you say like, oh, it'll maybe be banned in our life. I do believe it'll be banned in our lifetime. It's like, it's kind of like, if you have an employee and you're like, when is this project going to get done? And they're like, well, maybe in our lifetime. You're like, well, I don't know if you're with.
Red Door. Okay, you're pro-life, fine, but you have to admit how ineffective the pro-life movement has been. Red Door, here, I would rather have you be doing this than this Lila Rose idiot. Honestly, guys, how many millions and millions of dollars do these pro-life organizations get? Millions, and they don't do diddly dog dick. There's nothing wrong with being pro-life, but and I'll ask this of Red Door specifically. Do you believe that the pro-life movement, as you see it now, reflects your values and your goals? I would think that the average person that's pro-life would look at idiots like Lila Rose, Tommy Lahren, Michael Knowles, and say, no, these morons. What are you talking about? This sanctimonious, smug, trad con goofiness. You know what I'm saying? No, I would say that this abolitionist rising guy, he does more. He actually is out there talking to people. He's actually out there connecting with people on a basic human level, and not, well, we're just so much more holy than you, and we're just so much smarter, and I'm telling you guys.
There's
guys,
a saying.
put a one. Hold on. Put a one if you elect Red Door as as the de facto leader of the new effective pro-life movement. You know what I'm saying? And I love it, guys, even more when everyone's like, well, we all know that they always say that like pro-life is a what is going on with my thing? Is a Western concept, and the indigenous peoples believed in deleting their children. What are you talking about? What? They always say that every woke position was white invented, and that all the natives and blacks and browns were all about being LDHC TV, deleting children. Like, what are you talking about? Snowboard, you were saying?
Yeah, two things. Number one is
hit the like button, guys.
Number one is you can't. There's a saying in the Bible like you can't cast pearls to swine. In other words, you can't really give a lot of wisdom to someone who's not going to take it.
Yeah.
However, you can come on a pig now and then. But I am saying. But I am saying on it maybe.
And I was going to say something.
Wait a second. Where did that? They say the best jokes, that telling jokes is an art of misdirection. God, come on, man. That was black belt level, right? I was like, wait, the Bible? And then whammo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look at
but
that.
there is a thing in the Bible where they are saying that don't wisdom.
Why do you keep letting Snowboard back in? We discussed this. You were saying?
You can't change people's minds that are not willing to be changed, and some of these people they you also have to remember, like, now we have access to the internet. You know, people can go research this on their own. This is a very personal decision. Are they getting kind of brainwashed, you know, to have one rigid view of it? Yeah, kind of, but they really need to come to this conclusion on their own. So you can't really force someone to believe what you believe. Like, some of these people are just not really logical people. They have Tylenol brain, various things.
But Snowboard, it becomes pop culture. It becomes
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Like women just think hold on. What's a good
I'm even saying even
example?
with some men too, they
What's a good example of just something that people just say now that's like not even close to being true?
Like women make less than men, things like that.
Yeah. It's the same as the gender pay gap.
Right.
Investigator says if you're able to skydive and a pro tells you there's a 25% chance parachute not opening, would you still jump? No.
Nope.
Guys, that's the crazy thing. You guys know condoms are like less than 84% effective. Condoms
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know why? Because they get a hoe in it.
Oh! Thanks for the $5, man. Yeah, guys, let's hit 100 likes, guys. We're at 74 likes, guys. Please.
Now, interestingly enough, like, you know, you mentioned that they bring up indigenous people. Like, those indigenous people, when they deleted their kids, they were sacrificing to the gods to have a, you know, prosperity and a harvest.
Yeah, some of them were.
And we have a parallel in this, right? These young, you know, 304s, why are they doing it? They're like, hey, I'm going to delete this baby so I have a more prosperous future. So you're not taking the good things from the, you know, people of the old. You're just taking the worst of what they did.
Well, guys, the whole, I can't afford to have kids, or I'm not in a good place to have kids based on money is a stupid argument. Because if that's the case, then 90% of the world shouldn't have kids, because 90% of the world lives below our poverty line. They still have
but
kids.
the mental state and other things are kind of a factor, I would say.
What I'm saying is that the argument based on, well, I can't afford to have a kid. Well, do you think most of Africa, per our standards, can afford to have kids?
Hell no.
Most of Southeast Asia, most of Eastern Europe, right? They still have kids.
Chicago.
But
serious. I'm serious.
The problem,
it doesn't
guys,
stop them.
is that, guys, think about how like Secret. Wait, Larry, how old are you, buddy? Huh? Larry, you cut out.
42.
Okay, so we're the same age. Secret, Larry, Doug and Pierre. In the chat, guys, if you're over the age of 40, right? Do you guys remember how we grew up? Our parents had one car? Or they had one car, one good car, and like a beater. You know what I'm saying? We lived like a regular middle class, lower middle class life. Luxuries were going on vacations. Luxuries were having 2 cars. Luxuries were having cable. There was no internet, right? Like, bro, that's the average life. That's affordable on 2 basic salaries. Look at all the Hispanics who have 3 or 4 kids, and the husband works on a road crew, and the wife works as a cashier at Safeway. But they live in a 3-bedroom apartment or a 2-bedroom. The kids share rooms, and they make it work, and they're happy. Guys, here, go to any Chinese buffet on like a Friday night. And you always see Hispanic families there because their family outing is going out to the Chinese buffet. That's their fancy meal, paying $19.99 for each other people to go and eat. Like, that's their family gathering, not going to Ruth's Chris or going to friggin' Fogo de Chao. It doesn't take much money to actually raise kids.
One of the reasons why women say it's so expensive to have kids, guys, the travelicious are like a real thing. Like these women that like to travel all the time. And I'll see a woman's dating profile and she'll be like, "Oh yeah,
who want to go to Dubai and let Sheikh Mahmoud?"
Yeah. They'll be like, "Oh yeah,
deuce on him."
yeah. I've been to 35 or 40 different countries and counting. You know what that means, right?
Yeah.
You
got your cannoli filled, your taco filled, your falafel filled,
yeah.
Croissant toasted and everything.
So if you want to get to know her, you have to start traveling with her. So you have to start spending your money on travel, and then if you get serious. You getting serious is her traveling the same amount of time, but paying for you and her to travel. It's this lifestyle thing that is the reason why women think that it's too expensive to have kids. If you look at the average modern woman's lifestyle, it is expensive. The average professional woman with a bachelor's or master's degree spends more on consumer goods. Or is it the average woman with a master's degree? I think it's the average woman with a master's degree spends more money on consumer goods than the average family of 4 in the United States.
Insane.
Holy crap. Wow.
Guys,
so when we speak about, I don't know if a lot of you know this, but I grew up in one of the worst housing projects in Philadelphia. And there was at any point in time, 11 to 12 of us in a 3-bedroom apartment. My father worked, my grandmother did work, but also got public assistance. And I didn't know how poor we were until I think I joined the army and started, meeting people. No, actually, I didn't know how poor we were until I was in high school. And I went to a really good high school and I started making friends with guys who grew up in 2-parent households where mommy and daddy were there and they lived in the suburbs. And that's when I realized how poor we were.
Yeah. Hey, Omni says that Planned Parenthood is making tons of money off the biological material facts. And guys, Planned Parenthood is making a whole bunch of money off of the also because guys, they're referring people to these pro-transformer doctors and giving out prescriptions for all these hormones too.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So Secret, what you're saying is you grew up in Philadelphia, right?
Yeah.
So what you're saying is, if your sneaks start leaning and my heat stop working, then my heat stop working. I'm gonna rob me a person. Is that?
You grew up 2 at the foot, 2 at the head.
We slept 4, 5, 6 of us in a bed to keep us warm.
It's one of the best songs ever, man. What We Do by Freeway from Philadelphia. Let's go, dude. Yeah.
And so but you know something? My father worked. We had our church, and like I said before, I personally lived. I think I lived a good lifestyle. I think I had a good childhood, and so. Yeah. And so my problem with this whole deletion thing is too many people are using it as a form of contraception.
Yeah.
And and I'm just sick and tired of these straw man arguments where they want to use the essay or a
incest.
Family member,
All that crap.
Family member wanted to play grab ass.
Yeah.
We all know that is less than 2%. And when I say less than 2%, that's being generous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? What it would it used to
I'll
be
be right
that
back. Keep talking.
It used to be that a woman would want to catch a baby off of a guy that was worth a damn, but like now women will sleep with a guy who women are more likely deleting babies from men that they should be with.
Yeah.
Having the felons' kids and then trying to get the guy she should be with to take care of the felons' kids and not having the guy she should be with kid.
Yeah.
That's crazy common.
I want to see the stats on the decrease in men marrying women with children, because guys, every guy I know, every young guy I know is like single mothers. And here's the thing: the only time I see a single mother getting married now is if youth is on her side.
Yeah.
If she's like 25 and has 2 kids and she marries a guy who's like 52 or something like that, because then, the guy can say, hey, I'm married to a 25-year-old. That's a flex. Even with 2 kids. And, he's 50. He doesn't give a shit anyway. But like, guys in the 20s and 30s, they are not doing it, dude. They're just not.
That's why they're trying to shame us back to the table.
Yeah.
And so right now, because at the end of the day, we said this on one of AJ's previous streams, that society was built on the backs of average and good men.
That's
we
true.
pay the majority of the time.
I'll do you one better. We got here because men have sacrificed their emotional, mental, physical, monetary health for God, country, community, family, women, and children. That's how we got here.
Yeah. I think it's funny too that these chicks go, oh, we want to delete our children. We support baby deletion.
I am woman, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore.
But then the moment that a man goes, yeah, I support baby deletion, because if I get one of these 304s pregnant, she better flush it out. Guys, what do they always say? Right? What do they always say?
How dare you?
It's like, you guys, they're supporting the same thing. They just don't like the reason why you support it.
Yeah.
Insane. Here we go.
And the wording.
Right?
And the
we'll get into the TikTok here in a little bit. Let's watch about
the wording is everything too.
Of this, and then watch. But basically, Pearl's telling Lila Rose that she's wasting her entire life's work and it's a waste of time. and then she calls her a feminist. It was just right to her face. It's awesome, dude.
It's one thing to like, obviously you're going to list the stats or what, give anecdotal stories. But when I look outside, 1 out of 3 women have had an abortion, and we're getting pills in the mail now. And I think it's disgusting, but I just see it as a losing call. Like I see it as you guys lost.
Well, here's a few things to consider, Pearl, hopefully to encourage you. So first of all, there are 12 states that have banned abortion. That's a big deal. In 12 states.
And you can still get those little pills in the mail.
It is illegal to kill a baby. And that is huge progress. And they reported that after Roe v. Wade fell, another huge victory. Just 3 years ago, Roe v. Wade was overruled. Now we have, the opportunity to protect life. That's a huge opportunity. There were 40,000 more babies born the next year than.
And another thing, guys, is anytime that we talk about the relationship conversation, guys, put a one if you agree. Us guys always argue from the vantage point of an average guy. These women always argue their side as if they're the top looks chicks or the top. No, you're not. Well, women are out earning men, and women are more beautiful. It's like, are you out? No. It's like, well, then what are you talking about? You aren't that top 1%.
The year prior that otherwise would have been killed if abortion hadn't been made illegal. So lives are being saved on a daily basis because of pro-life laws. And we have a lot more work to do, but that is a good thing that we have.
They looked into that though, and they saw that women are going to other states to get the abortion, and Plan B sales are going up. I just don't see a baby boom coming anytime soon. If I see the birth rate going down, I see if abortion decreases. I looked into this. Plan B increases. So,
I think you're
talking. Anyways, guys, but let's go to TikTok here, right? And guys, check this out. Now, guys, there are women. First of all, it's crazy how hard it is to find these women that actually.
We'll admit this.
Yeah, we'll admit this, right? Yeah. It's actually hard to do because it actually search for a baby deletion regret. It comes up blank. So you got to actually put pro-choice regret. So guys, watch.
Is this a safe space?
And of course.
She just
guys,
wants street cred. This one.
Look at, of course, abortion. Regret, guys. Are we surprised?
Well.
This opportunity before she even says anything.
Yeah,
guys. What do I always say about American black women? The scum of the earth, dude.
Yeah.
Scum of the earth. Like, no men have it worse than American black men. No men have worse women to choose from.
So the craziest thing about this is like B-dubs, good B-dubs, well, here, black women, good ones that we call black women, B-dubs or B-dubs, hate B-dubs the most. I mean, black women who have some sense, they're the ones that hate these dunderheaded ratchet B-dubs the most.
I got a question, real quick question regarding that. I have been told that with men of other races, these B-dubs are on their best behavior. But when it comes to black men, they are ratchet as hell. How true is that?
There's a lot of truth to that, right?
Slightly true, yeah.
Yeah. You'll have a B-dub that'll be with like an average or below average white guy, and she takes on this whole Becky persona. But then the moment Jamal is around, and they go out on a date, and he says anything, it's
I'm gonna kill your bitch ass, bitch.
You know what I'm saying? I've seen it.
Yeah,
I've seen it. It's absolutely insane. So that's why, guys, I don't even look at it.
But there is some truth to that, Larry, because I've dabbled in the B-dub a little bit here.
No, because I have a very positive experience of it, of a B-dub, but that was like 15 years ago. But then later,
they're lining up for guys like you. Just make sure
guys, all you white dudes, Asian dudes, you guys can be knocking them down. Just remember, guys, the highest group that has the high five, the herp derp, and the warts are the B-dubs, man. So you're playing Russian roulette with these rods,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Russian roulette.
The B-dub will leave something at your house. That you could never move out. You know what I'm saying? So,
guys,
when you play Russian roulette with a 304 Smith & Wesson.
Guys, we are at, let me see, 80 something likes, guys. Let's try and hit 100 likes, guys. I appreciate that.
And abortion guilt. So in my experience, I've experienced 2 abortions.
Look at that.
One was
Oh!
very early. I think I was like 12 weeks. The other one, I was way farther than 12 weeks. I'm gonna say that. And the first one really didn't affect me at all because I was just so sick that I literally could not do anything. Like I was so sick, I couldn't work, I couldn't do nothing but throw up. I couldn't eat, I couldn't do nothing but throw up. So it was really bad for me. Like it was horrible. My second abortion, I was traumatized. Like it was a very traumatic experience for me. I did it because I feel like I needed to in order to not be a 2-time single mom. I didn't want my baby to grow up without having her dad, and he was just being really inconsistent. And when
Why'd you have sex with him, you dunderhead? Why did you let him raw dog? Why did you let Nug Nug come over to your house?
R. Kelly.
Yeah,
R. Kelly. Nug.
Get out of it. Why? 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 Dude, it doesn't,
Yeah.
This is best effect, yeah.
Look at that.
I told him, hey, I'm thinking about terminating. He was like, okay. And he was actually my boyfriend. We were actually dating, and he started acting real funny towards me. Like, so it was just like, yeah, I can't deal with this. Like, I can't do it. I was also very sick with that pregnancy, but I was able to eat. Like, it wasn't as bad as the first abortion that I had. I can honestly say I 100% completely regret terminating my child because of the father
She said
and
child.
his decisions and how he wanted to treat me. When I say I was crying myself to sleep, I was so depressed. Like I was praying to God. I just couldn't do it. Like I was losing myself, and I knew how traumatic it was to bring a baby into this world. You can literally lose your life. I didn't want to do that alone. I've never experienced it alone. My daughter's dad, we dated, we were together, like he was there for me the whole pregnancy. Like when I brought up terminating the pregnancy, he was like, well, you not doing that.
Yeah. Hold on. Omni says, how many of these chicks moms told to do it? All of them. Right? And also, too. Evil Eddie says, lost count of the amount of chicks he slept with. I said, oh, I don't like condoms. Yeah, guys. Oh, yeah. Guys, whoa. Let's pump out the brakes. Guys, put a 1 if you've been with a chick that like scoffed at the idea of a condom, right? It's just like, what do you need that for? Or chicks that are insulted by the fact that you whip out a condom.
AJ, when I was living in Alabama, a bunch of my, the city I was in, a bunch of the guys like, oh yeah, we go to Atlanta because it's only like an hour and a half away from Atlanta. So a bunch of the guys I would hang out with, like, oh yeah, we do weekends in Atlanta and whatever. And they said all the B-dubs in Atlanta, they get insulted when you pull out a condom. They're like, what, you think I'm dirty and blah, blah, blah. And they will get pissed off at you if you try to pull out a condom.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Maybe because it smells like a work glove. Just kidding. I shouldn't have said that.
I feel like not wearing a condom means like
we trust each other.
We trust each other.
I'm trusting my body with you.
Yes, but we didn't have that conversation, which was my fault. I just assumed, well, he wants to go raw. But no, he's just an idiot.
He loves me.
No, I'm just an idiot. So I feel like not wearing a condom.
Look at that, guys. Look at that. Look at that.
You tell her she's a goddamn whore.
There was this one chick where she was like,
that grown ass men.
Hold on. Where's the one chick? She was saying that she's just insulted that a guy would leave. I did a video on her where she was like, if a guy brings out a condom, then it ruins the mood. Absolutely insane. I'll find it. So
I want to see if they do this as maybe Doug MPA kind of knows if you ever heard of something like this. Is there maybe some type of secret sisterhood thing or something where they view this as sort of a small initiation or a rite of passage or a fraternity type thing to have one under your belt? Do you think that there's some type of like street credit? No, to have a deletion. I'm saying, do you think they kind of view it? I'm not saying they all gather together and think that, but I'm sure some groups must think that, and it's sort of like an initiation or something. And
you mean like they go out for a mani-pedi and a borscht?
Yeah.
So here's the thing about B-dubs. B-dubs have this: black women have to do what they have to do, and so and that's an all-encompassing umbrella term for all the foolishness and all the debauchery and all the craziness. So B-dubs support each other in their failures and debauchery, no matter what. So, like, if a woman gets pregnant and the guy says he doesn't want it, there's a whole group of women around her saying, "Oh, you could do it, girl. You could do it. You don't need him."
Yeah.
You know, if she wants to have an abortion, I mean, all the rest of them have had abortions too, so they're going to be supportive. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
The sisterhood supports all foolishness.
So you're saying, because I kind of was more going to non-B-dubs, I'd say, like younger white women and stuff.
I think it's that way to a smaller degree.
Over the summer, and then I'm like big drought over the summer, and then I'm like re-entered a hoe era
right now.
But the last two guys I've fucked like in the past month have suggested using condoms, and I'm like kind of being offended by the condom epidemic. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm allergic.
Yeah, I don't like them.
Who likes them? One, it kills the mood. Okay, so like they're looking for a condom. Two, I don't want to have your fucking weird offspring baby. Like I have a stronger IUD than like Zeus. Like pregnancy's not.
Jesus Christ!
Talking about whores, people. They're everywhere.
Okay, well, I don't want to have a child with you. Or like three, are you calling me a whore and are you trying to like protect yourself from?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's absolutely what we're doing. Yeah.
Didn't she just say 2 guys this month? You just said 2 guys pipe you down.
Yep.
But yet you're not a 304. I'm
Disgusting.
telling you,
Ever asked
only
that?
a fool would argue logic with a woman.
Yeah.
Like why?
She said I'm in a hoe phase, and then she's mad. Are you looking at me like a hoe? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
This happened to me like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, look at you looking for a condom and like how it's ruining the mood. And also like, why do you need one?
What'd he say?
He just like thought it was practicing responsible sex and boundaries with him. And I was like, blah, 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 blah.
Do you tell him to grow up?
I got the ick. I haven't talked to him since.
Shame, insults,
guys,
guilt,
guys,
and the need to be
guys,
right.
guys, give me like a minute and a half, because this is like we've all seen this kind of thing where like it kind of wakes you up. But I had this happen in real life where I was waiting tables in college, right?
Hit the like button, guys.
We were all talking about, I was 24 to 25, and it was in Vegas, so like all the servers were like beautiful women, right? And we were talking about losing your virginity because they were good. The girls from like 19 to like 25, and this girl Lauren, she was like, "Oh yeah, I lost my virginity to this guy that went to my church. He was like my friend's older brother, and he was really cute and stuff like that. And so their parents went out of town, and I went over there, and he had like." The lights down low, and he had all this stuff and whatever. And then like, we slept together, and he was asking me if I was okay, and he comforted me, stuff like that. And then like a couple days later, he bought me flowers and wrote me a card and said, thank you for giving me your virginity. I'll always cherish it. And she said, what a fucking idiot. What a dumbass. I can't believe he did that, because it totally turned me off after that. I never talked to him again. And all these women were laughing at this guy.
Wow.
Who did his best to make her feel comfortable about losing her virginity, got her a card, flowers, did everything. Because, you don't, women act like they don't want to lose their virginity in the back of a car, after a half a beer. But that's not true. It's not true. because all the women were laughing at this story about this guy that went the extra mile to try to make her feel safe and protected the first time she had sex. And the way that she was talking about this guy, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it, dude. It was one of the most eye-opening things ever. Just like this chick talking about the fact that she doesn't like condoms. Like, what the hell? What? Why? Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It really is.
Well, she'll look back later in life, hopefully, and realize, you know, like, hey, that I got caught up in a lot of foolishness and cackling idiots around me.
Yeah, you guys gotta be careful though. So here we go.
And like, you know, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it'll be
dance
after she catch the high five.
I know.
and he stood on that. So for me, having that support while you're pregnant was big. And I just didn't have that. I feel like I was losing the mental battle. But let's talk about the aftermath. I feel like abortion guilt is really real. And I noticed a lot of these ladies just use abortions like it's birth control, and it's not. That's not the case.
She said it. She said it, not us. Right? Yep. Right, guys?
I thought of one other small aspect to this too.
Guys, let's get a little bit through this a little
by having abortions, but nobody really talks about the what ifs and what my baby was gonna look like and what my life would have been like if I kept my baby. Does my baby hate me? Did she experience any pain? Like all of those things that run through your mind when you have an abortion. I can honestly say I would never, ever, ever terminate any pregnancy ever again in my life because
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
because the guilt just stays with me day in and day out. Like every day I think about my baby. Every single day I miss my child. Sometimes I cry. Like it's horrible. The aftermath is horrible. And then people be in there making you feel like you're doing the best. You're making the best decision that you could. But
there it is.
honestly, I feel like they doing that to manipulate you because they getting something out of you terminating your baby. Like it's not just for you. It's a business for a reason. So I just wanted to get that off my chest, and I just wonder, do any other abortion moms? And yes, I said abortion moms because we're still moms at the end of the day.
Oh my gosh! Say that?
That was the craziest thing I've ever freaking heard. Abortion mom. Oh my god.
To a certain extent, like it still was a connection. I feel like some people do be heartless and think like, oh, you killed your baby, blah, 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 like judging you. But whole time, a lot of us moms were put in a situation that we didn't want to be in.
Please.
And if I was a little bit more financially stable and I was able to do it on my own, I would have did it on my own.
You shouldn't have been banging nub.
And when she says position, doggy.
Abortion moms, do y'all regret y'all decision? Do y'all?
Guys, look at this. At times, I do regret it, and it gets in my head about it. But I knew ultimately it was a good decision to make.
Only women are leaving their husbands.
I told myself the next one I'll have because I don't want to go through it again because of the mental headspace when it's happening isn't good, and I hated it. Look at all these dunderheads all saying that they were, and all these are all B-dubs too.
And when she said she was in a bad position, she meant the pile driver position.
Yeah, by freaking nub.
Yeah. No. She was in the fetal position.
Oh!
And you know what's funny too? Serious. I think that the pill color that they give them is actually like a blue pill too.
Yeah. Guys, look. I had one baby deletion 12 weeks ago. It was so sick. It was missing so many days. I almost quit my job. So the baby daddy was horrible. He had 5 baby moms and 6 kids. Look at that, guys.
He don't pull out.
Look at that.
Pull out game, mate. Pull out game, mate. I just don't pull out, bitch. For you motherfuckers that want to know, I don't pull out. It ain't weak, motherfucker. I don't pull out. Fuck.
Wow.
I should have pulled out, but I didn't.
Yeah. Look at that, man. It still breaks my heart that I did something about I really didn't want to do based on a boy's mindset and fears. I was alone in pain and agony all by myself day in and day out. Everyone would want to tell you to make the best decision, but never talk or bring it up again. See the bottle it all up inside. I think I might be pregnant again, and he didn't want no baby. But guess what? I learned you don't make decisions based on a man. Men are less. How is this the man's fault? Look at that. Person says they're 17 and pregnant. I just had one 8 weeks and another one at 14 weeks. The first one didn't hit hard, but the other one, it was heartbreaking, and I regret that one. Now I'm pregnant a few years later, and I refuse to have one again. Look at that. I'm heartbroken. I regret my decision. What a joke. What a joke. Look at all these comments, guys. Mentally, I'm still recovering. Look at that, guys. Hold on.
All right, I'm going to say the thing I'm not supposed to say.
Once again, guys. Once again.
Well.
I think I regret my abortion. I had an abortion when I was like 22, 23 years old, and now I'm 36 and I can no longer have kids. I had a myomectomy at around like...
Look at that, guys.
What is a myomectomy?
Hold on. Let me see. I think I know what it is.
Maybe
I don't want to
tubes tied.
It's the wrong thing. Hold on. No, she had fibroids in her uterus, and it messes with your ability to have kids once they're removed. Yeah, John said it. Yeah, guys, someone has a lot of bad.
Something
noise. I don't know who it is, but guys, here once again, guys, I need people.
AJ, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
I can. Is it me?
Yeah, I think it was you, Doug, who had the little.
Yeah, but guys, it's just me.
Is it gone now, or is it still there?
It's gone.
It's
okay,
fine now.
I switched to voicemail for my regular microphone. So sorry about that.
Yeah.
You know what I think she needs? She needs some of that Doug NPA sperm.
Well, you know what? She can have it all now. She can't have any kids.
15, 26.
What is upon her?
A hysterectomy in 2021. And now I can't have kids. I had a chance to have kids, but I had an abortion, and now I can't have kids at all.
Dumbass.
And I had this whole life planned out where, I would have a partner and we would build a home together and we would have kids and we would grow and build, our bloodline. But that's not going to happen for me. And when I got that abortion, the guy, he did not want me to have it. He refused to.
Look at that! Look at that, guys! Look at that! Look at that!
She literally ended the exact thing.
Hold on. He didn't want her to have the baby deletion, and she had it anyways. Think about that for a second. This is the whole flaw in the whole my body, my choice equality thing, right? He had no rights. He had no equality, right? And then this dummy here, guess what? Now you're cooked because you can't have kids.
Yeah.
I hope you're happy. Larry, you were saying?
Yeah, no, like if you listen to her, she's her own worst enemy. She said, I wanted a partner, I wanted children, I wanted the bloodline, I wanted to build this life. And she was literally having that exact same thing. A man who wants that kid, who wants to do all of those things. And she deleted the baby, the linchpin to the whole thing.
Larry, here's the thing, though. When she just said that she wanted her bloodline, that she sounds like a man. She wanted to build a life, find a partner, have a bloodline. That's what a man says. You know what I'm saying? That's a very masculine way to think. Is there anything feminine about what she said about like having kids, nurturing them, being a helpmate to a man? No, she was looking for a wife, basically. What a joke!
She'll probably end up with one too.
Yeah.
For it, because he did not want me to have this abortion, and I thought there's no way this man is going to take care of this kid. And a couple years later, he got a woman pregnant, took care of his kid.
Cooked. What an idiot!
It's ironic that she didn't have a plan B.
Oh.
She only had a plan B.
And so now here I am, unable to have kids. And the reality is that most people don't want to be with a woman who can't have kids at my age. They're looking for a woman who can. And I'm about to take this bar exam, and I'm like, why?
Yeah.
What purpose do I have to move forward and take this exam if I can't have kids? I can't, have a bloodline. And that's the thing that I'm not supposed to say out loud, which is sometimes I regret my abortion. Did I make the right choice? Who knows? And I want you to know that, like, I think people should have the right to choose. I just think that.
Look at that. She's double down. See? Oh, yeah. We just don't have a. See, guys, and this is why women will never, ever win. It's because of statements like this. She's a walking, talking advertisement for why you should have the baby. And she's still saying, well, no. You know?
Personally, I personally regret my abortion. In hindsight, maybe I could have had that kid. Maybe he would have taken care of that kid. Maybe
Chevy says the morning
that's
after.
Funny. Yeah,
Red
that's
Pill.
funny. And it's literally red. Come on.
I hope she doesn't take the bar exam because the world doesn't need one more beat up with a freaking law degree. You know what I'm saying?
Seriously. Yep.
if not, my family would have. It would have got me closer to family a lot sooner, location-wise, if I did have a child, because I was not living near any family at the time. But yeah, I think I regret my abortion. And I've been doing a lot of like rallies for abortion rights, and I've been fueling a lot of that anger into activism.
The hypocrisy is strong with this one.
But now I'm really exhausted. I'm exhausted with my racist law school. I'm exhausted with feeling like I have to fight to be seen, to be heard.
All my life I had to fight.
Yeah.
What a joke. What an absolute joke. Guys, you make your bed and now you guys sleep in it, man. What an absolute joke. I don't feel bad for her. Here you go.
Nobody talk about how hard abortions are on a woman. It's probably been a month.
I hate that at the end of every sentence.
Yeah, vocal fry is that. I
hate myself every day. It sucks because in the moment I felt like I was doing the right thing. But every time I'm going to bed or I'm just alone, I just think about like, what if? Because I'm not a child, like I'm an adult. So this shit just like hit me on a different level. I had all the means in the world to do it on my own. But I thought like I did it so that it would benefit not just me, but also everyone else. Just
cooked.
And I just want this to be over with.
Cooked.
Like I'm emotionally drained. I can't do this anymore.
You know, it takes so much courage to admit regret. And that's something that you rarely see in the abortion conversation today. So many women are told that they'll feel relief, but instead they carry this quiet pain afterwards. And that says something. It's time that we start being honest about what abortion really does to women, both physically and mentally.
Yeah, but they don't want to do that, right?
Yeah.
Right, guys? Look at this. So my mom's an ER nurse and says she's never met a chick that regrets her children, but has met many who regret baby deletion. Person says, I have a friend who's 60 plus who still cries about the baby deletion she had when she was 19. It's not nothing. So sick of people acting like it's no big deal. It's huge.
It was also their choice, you know.
I'm 55. It's been 40 years since I had mine. I'm still broken. Look at that. 33 years and we'll never get over it. Look at that, guys. All these chicks all saying the same thing. Cooked. Hold on, guys. 1 second here. We have a couple more of these guys, and then we will do this here. Hold on. 1 minute. And guys, let's see. Let's check the likes. Where are we here? Let's do that. 1 second, guys. Guys, make sure you are sub, guys. We are trying to hit 30,000 subs. Guys, we're at 91 likes, guys. Let's try to hit 100 likes. Actually, we're at 97 likes, guys. Here we go. Here we go. Where are we?
Only for the moms. And if you're not a mom,
I just feel like when
PSA to all guys.
I just feel like when a lot of people have an abortion, they are relieved. And I was hoping that I would have that sense of relief. And I haven't. Because I wanted it.
Look at that, guys.
Wow.
No! I'm just emotional.
But in all honesty,
AJ is
this
so
is something. Yeah. But in all honesty, this is something that good guys got to be aware of, because if you deal with it, I know a couple of guys who have dealt with chicks who have had a deletion or two, and then they got knocked up by them and had that baby and put their lives through HE double hockey sticks. So be careful with this, because when you're dealing with a chick that has had a deletion and especially has regrets, she might be looking to get knocked up again.
Yep. And all you're going to hear is
And I'm just trying to tell you that I have mental health issues. I'm extremely distraught. I feel like my whole life is empty.
Okay, here we go.
I just feel like when
this is a question only for the moms. And if you're not a mom, please just go ahead and scroll. Okay, so now that the moms is in here only, I just want to know, if you lost your baby like through a miscarriage or an abortion, like, do you still...
You don't lose your kid through a baby deletion. You guys see how stupid they are?
Yeah.
You guys see how dumb that is?
You stupid woman!
What are you talking about?
Think about the baby. Like, do you think about what it could have been? This is a question.
Look at this. Every single day, I still hurt. I desperately pray to get my baby back. I hope God hears me. God has nothing to do with this, you thunderhead. Look at that. What a joke. Okay, here we go.
Hey, how y'all doing?
4 baby deletions by 3 different
God.
men. Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that, guys. Well, and of course, guys.
Well.
Just
in light of the last video that I posted, I actually wanted to take the time to share my experience and my story with pregnancy and abortion with you all. I hope that you all can be respectful about what I'm getting ready to say, but at the end of the day, everybody has an opinion. You're entitled to it, and you have no heaven or hell to put me in. And so at the end of the day, listen if you will. So when I was 16, I got pregnant for the first time by my manager at Rally's. I was in Hampton High School playing basketball. I was one of 5 children. I have a single mom raised me with no father. My stepdad was in and out of my life, as he was, in and out cheating on my mom, whatever, what have you. And my dad never really confirmed that DNA wise. All right. So first time I got pregnant, I got an abortion. My OBGYN actually told me how I could petition the courts as a minor to have an abortion, right? Because my mom actually was trying to make me have the child. I grew up in a Christian household. We didn't believe in, well, they didn't believe in it because I believed in righting my wrongs. And, I don't believe that I should have to, pay for a mistake.
But you didn't believe, wait, you're in a Christian household. But you had Nug over there.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. What are you talking about?
That's the best.
Why? That's such
Hey,
cap.
Doug, what restaurant did you work at again?
Believe it or not, it was a Cheesecake Factory.
Okay, just checking.
For the rest of my life. The second time I got pregnant, I was pregnant by an ex-boyfriend who was 10 years older than me. I had met him when I was 13. He was literally 23 years old. So I got pregnant around about like 17 years old. I was getting ready to go to college at Virginia State University. And it was an abusive relationship. I was mentally, physically abused. He pulled my hair out of my hair, slapped me in my face. I had got this guy's name tattooed on me twice.
What an idiot. Oh, what a loser.
They say stereotypes got to start somewhere. I think we found patient 0.
Yeah,
exactly.
Covered it up twice. But that was a relationship that I should have never even had been in. So when we talk about the mental trauma of going through an abortion now 2 times, fast forward to 21 years old, I'm getting ready to graduate college, walk across the stage with my degree. I got pregnant by a guy named Jordan. Literally lied to me, told me that, he didn't think he could have children and he didn't, ejaculate inside of me, and the entire time was just lying, right?
You see, guys, no accountability whatsoever.
Well,
It's all the
takes
guys'
about
fault.
4 times to learn.
All the guys jumped out of the trees like Predator, right? And shot up the club. Come on, man. That's just ridiculous. This whole thing is such crap.
We got into an argument, yada, yada. He told me to abort my child. I told him I didn't want the child.
But you did it anyways.
He paid for the abortion. I went shopping with the money. It was a mess.
Oh, man.
Like a woman. So Jordan's money went out and bought Jordans with it.
Look at that.
How petty is that? So she used that as a pawn for like $500 of shopping, which all went to like bullshit.
Guys, we hit 100 likes, guys. I appreciate that. Thanks for the 100 likes, guys. Where are we here? Appreciate that, guys.
That was number 3. I got pregnant by the same guy again. Yes.
Look at that. Look at that, guys.
Oh,
Look
man.
at that.
Yeah. Jordan sunk
Some
2 free
people are
throws
really
in.
fucking stupid.
Come on, man.
I know. I got pregnant by that same guy. Again, now I'm in grad school and I'm trying to get this second degree. And it's always funny to me how the people, who don't have the means, the money, the house, the car, the job, those are the women that get pregnant. And then the women that don't have or that do have, the means to provide, and they have the degrees and whatever else, the money, and it's like they can't get pregnant. It's just like you come from this nice family and your parents are engineers and
That doesn't seem to happen with B-dubs, though. B-dubs, all of them can get pregnant and all of them will.
Yep, it's true.
Yep.
Those like people that have that financial support and that family support, it's like those are the ones that just can't have the children, right? But if you're in a messed up situation, if you don't have a supportive family, your mom, your dad, your siblings, nobody, it's like.
And remember, her mom said she wanted her to have the first one.
Yeah. Yep.
Too. Remember that.
How do you get pregnant? And so I think it's just a crazy situation. And I just wanted to share my experience with you all, because after you go through so much trauma, I think that now, like even at the age of 33 right now, like the idea of me carrying a man's child and, the semen altering the DNA in my mind and literally just changing my chemical makeup inside of my body is really scary.
Victimhood. But what is she talking about?
Isn't that what that weave is doing on her head? Doesn't the weave change the chemicals in the B-dub's brain?
Yep.
Well, keep in mind, the guy did pull her hair out and the front of it still hasn't grown back. He literally snatched her balls.
You're so right. Oh, man. I can't even look at her the same.
And to each his own. Whatever decisions you make, you have to deal with that and you have to answer to God for that. And it's not nobody's place to burden you or make you feel bad. And so I just wanted to share my story with all of the women out there. And I hope that y'all share this and blast this and don't eat me up too much in the comments, because I got time today. But
yeah, obviously she does. Guys, look, she's fighting for her life in the comments here. Look at that.
Definitely.
I would never eat you. Don't worry about it.
Trying to be as transparent with you all as possible. I have had 4 abortions by 3 different men. 4. And it wasn't
4
easy.
abortions by 3 different men. Oh my goodness.
And you're a demon. That's what you are. A dirty dog demon.
Digging graves out here, dude.
Yeah.
Look at that.
To get here, because now I got this house and it's like now I have the space for my children, but now I don't have the children, right? And so it's weird how life works out, but it's also made me not even want to have children at all. Like just the trauma alone and the experience of going through all that I've been through, it has literally made me not even want to deal with the situation. Part of me wants to have a family. Part of me wants to be, big mama, a grandmother, a great grandmother, and just love. And then the other part of me is just like, I already had something ripped out of my womb enough times. It hurts. It's a traumatic emotional experience that you go through. And just because I had to make that decision does not mean that it was easy, and it was made out of love. Because at the end of the day, it's a lot of children in foster care who people don't even love them. They're just adopting the children just to get the paycheck and to say that you
blah 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 blah.
Yo guys, this chick, I want to do a reenactment for one of my favorite scenes. This chick has motivated me. Where does it go? Chad, Tyrone, Pookie, Ray Ray, those 2 girls that 1 semester in college. Bodies.
Yeah, exactly.
Him, bodies.
Bodies.
Guys, look at this thing.
She had egg on her face after that one.
Y'all got a friend that will have an abortion, bitch, in a quick second. She do not play with these niggas. She do not play that. This bitch done killed about 5-6 kids. No cap. For real. That bitch got a pussy full of a cemetery pussy. One time.
You should clip that, dude. clip that for any other video.
That's my word of the day.
Oh man. Oh man.
I gotta put this
cemetery pussy. Oh man.
Click.
It's funny because technically you can dig a grave. You can use a hoe to dig a grave.
Oh! Guys, hit the like button. Guys, hit the subscribe button. Guys, we're trying to hit 30K, guys. So make sure you are subbed, okay?
He was about to be her baby daddy, girl. She called him one night. He ain't answer. She said, "Oh yeah, I'm getting rid of this baby, bitch." The next day, she was popping her motherfucking pills back and got rid of that baby. She did not play that shit. He was so mad and so hurt about that. She said, "You moved wrong one time, bitch. I got rid of your seed. I do not play like that. I'm not dealing with that with no nigga." I ain't gonna lie. The first time I was mad at her because I'm like, bitch, you just keep getting pregnant, but she just don't play that shit. I mean, at first she be wanting the kids, but she be wanting to see if they want the kids as much as she want them, and if they don't want them, she getting rid of them motherfuckers with or without their consent. She don't give a fuck. She gonna pop them pills back like a heart attack. I tell her, I said, bitch, you gotta stop. Miss, you gotta stop. You didn't have about 6 abortions.
Look at this. She's putting herself first. I love that. Demons, man. Demons.
Yep.
Look at this. Guys, hold on.
I post a lot about my solo pregnancy, about how I was single and pregnant from very early on in my pregnancy. Always wanted my son. I wanted to have him regardless of what his decision was to be involved or not. And something I will say is that I have never heard a mother say that they regret keeping their child. But every single time that I post a video about my story, I am always flooded with comments of women saying that they did not keep their baby and that they regret that decision. And I think that is something that we need to talk about more, because I feel like a lot of people glamorize abortion and glamorize the choice not to keep your child. They're like, oh, I'd run to the clinic. Oh, I'd be at the clinic so fast. But I don't think that it's talked about enough, the fact that that is a decision that you are going to have to live with for the rest of your life. Like, there is so much regret tied into that for a lot of women, like more so than we hear about. The saddest part is that a majority of these women don't want to give up their baby. They don't want to make the decision not to keep their child.
That's not true.
Felt like
that's not true at all, man. Come on. The majority of these women, what you say, don't not want to keep their baby. Is that what she said?
Yeah. Let's watch it back.
Be the clinic so fast, but I don't think that it's talked about enough, the fact that that is a decision that you are going to have to live with for the rest of your life. Like, there is so much regret tied into that for a lot of women, like more so than we hear about. Saddest part is that a majority of these women don't want to give up their baby. They don't want.
That's not true, dude.
You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Yeah. I think that the majority of Gen X, millennials, and Gen Z, you know, anytime a baby comes up, their first thought is, you know what I'm saying? Come on now, you know, it's a joke.
Want to make the decision not to keep their child. If they felt like they could do it alone, if they felt like they had the support, if he had told you, keep the baby, we can do it together, you would have had the baby. The only reason why a lot of these mothers decide not to keep the child is because they're afraid that they are not strong enough. They are not capable of doing it alone. Society tells us, like, oh, every kid needs a mom and a dad. Like, if your kid doesn't have that, he's at a disadvantage. Like, you might as well, like, do the better thing and not have that child, which is so far from the truth. Like, so far from the truth.
A lie detector determined that was a lie.
You see this, guys? Oh, you can have a bastard child on your own and everything will work out just fine.
And I am a perfect example of that. Like, I did it alone for the first 16 months.
Of course you are, right?
My child's life. And now he has a 2-parent household, right? My boyfriend has stepped into that father role. I just think that the most important thing that I would tell to any mother who is in this position, finds herself making this decision. Obviously, everybody can make that choice for themselves. Make whatever choice you think is best for you. But what I will tell you is do not make a permanent decision based off of temporary circumstances.
Guys, anyone who wants to call and hit that StreamYard link that's pinned at the top of the comments.
Just because you are single right now in this moment does not mean that you will be single. Does not mean that you're going to forever be a single mom and that your child's never going to have a father figure.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Just because his father decides not to be an involved parent does not mean that your child will be at a disadvantage. Does not mean that you're not strong enough to do it alone. Does not mean that your child will not have a happy, healthy, and full life. You are strong enough to do it alone. And if you feel any sense of doubt within you that you want to keep this child, I would tell you to do it, because
she is right though, guys. If there's any inkling of that chick wants to keep the baby, she should. I mean, honestly, because guys, it's unfortunate that she'd be a single mom, but you're better off a single mom who had kids than a chick who waited too long and doesn't have any. That has to be the worst thing ever, dude. It's crazy. So,
but there's one more thing. No, there's one more thing. So first, I want to warn you guys about being a step crash dummy. So you better know your state laws, because there are some states that if you hold yourself out to be the father, that you could be literally, it could be considered a voluntary assumption of fatherhood, and you could potentially be held out for child support.
Yeah, that's true.
So be cognizant of that. Second, she's right about that, because I was dealing with this chick. Well, one of my exes, she had, we broke up, and I think I shared this story on a previous stream, but she had 2 deletions. And I'm like, what is going on? And she was like, because I know that if I have a child by him, I'm going to end up raising 3 kids by myself. And then I asked her, well, what would you have done if you had gotten pregnant by me? And she said, well, I would have talked to you, and if you wanted to keep it, I would have, because I know you would never abandon your child. So yeah, be careful of this, gentlemen.
Yeah. Guys, look. So guys, we'll end on this. So the math behind this is really fascinating. It explains why the left has to rely so much on institutional capture and mass migration to remain alive. The children of liberals adopt their worldview 89% of the time, while conservatives see their kids adopt theirs 81% of the time. But this advantage on the left is dwarfed by the fact that they're essentially an anti-natalist movement. He meant natalist, not catalyst, an anti-natalist movement. We know that women have kids at a higher rate than men across the board, but conservative men have kids at a higher rate than even liberal women. This means that 59% of conservatives, they become parents, while just 31% of liberals do. That's an almost 2 times fertility advantage. When you multiply those numbers by the ideological attainment rate on both sides, you see, was it so 59% times 0.81 is 47.8, 31 is 27.6. Was it Esar? You have your camera on, so if you want to turn it off, I'll let you up. Unless you want to keep it on, I'll let you up. 3, 2, 1. Your camera's on, buddy. So if you want to turn it off. All right, yeah. So
I want it on. I want it on.
Cool. Okay. So
yes.
So that rounds to a minimum of 48 conservative aligned children per 100 conservative adults, compared to a minimum of 28 liberal kids per 100. Conservatives are reproducing their worldview at a 70% higher rate than liberals. And this is a minimum estimate, because all our math here assumes that both the conservatives and liberal families had only 1 kid. But we know that conservatives, on average, have much larger families. So the left can't compete with this organically. So they have to steal the children of conservatives through education and the media system, which they hijack, and import new voters who will make up their own collapsing birth rates. If you ended all immigration and dismantled their dominance over education, so the left would be extinct in 20 years. Look at that. Guys, I moved from DC down to the South here, and it's so crazy when you walk around, you see so many families, a father, a mother, and multiple kids. If you go to DC, you go to Seattle, Portland, Oregon, you don't see that at all. You don't see it at all, guys. So anytime you go to South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, you see young 22, 23-year-old couples, 1, 2 kids, late 20s, 2, 3 kids, right? So you figure, guys, put a 1 if you agree. We say this all the time. Feminism's a death cult. It is. Everywhere it spreads to, the civilization starts to die. Period. What's the point? And then saying that we're going to make society better when there's no people in the future. Like there's no society left. It doesn't make any sense. And this right here shows. Right here. Look at this. Look at this. Absolutely. Oops. Oops. What happened? Darn you, Twitter. Look at this. On the right here. Look at that. Going down. And it's going to get worse, guys. It's getting worse. Mm-hmm. Liberal goofball chicks, right? Guys, most people want kids. And most women want kids. I would say 95% of women want kids. But if the liberal chicks waste their 20s capping and saying that they don't want kids, they're strong and independent. They're not brood mares.
I am woman, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore.
And then they wait until they're 39, 40, 41, 42, and these IVF doctors and fertility doctors make hand over fist. I know people that have spent 60, 70, 80, 90, $100,000 on IVF, and it didn't work. But the way they advertise it, it's the way to cheat Mother Nature. Ha 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 ha! The biological clock isn't real. Ha 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 ha! And if you guys don't think, was it ESAR, snowboard, sea grip? See, we actually know that these doctors and these big pharma corporations are making billions of dollars off of this. The whole fertility industry is one big scam. Hundreds of millions of dollars on these clinics, on these hormones, on these embryo stasis and storage and all this other stuff. Billions of dollars, just like the whole transformer thing, right? Oh, we're going to have all these transformer kids, right? So we can feed them all these puberty blockers and all this stuff so that they're taking all this medication for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. Who's making money off of all of this? It's an absolute joke.
Also, keep in mind, a lot of corporations now have these benefits where you can freeze your eggs, or if you want to get a deletion in another state, they'll pay for that. A lot of companies are offering that. But something else, I think it's a little bit more insidious than that. Yeah. Like if you think about it, maternal mortality, women dying in childbirth. Yeah, that is actually up because of women delaying. I remember something was like, that right now we're like around 17, 18 deaths per like every 100,000, and that's like up 33. It's like a 93% increase. Yeah, with these women, passing away during childbirth, and with B-dubs, it's even worse. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And you did a stream about the Handmaid's Tale. Yeah. Well, this is my thesis. We need to pay attention to like South Korea, Hong Kong, Taiwan. Like these are countries where they are significantly below replacement rate. I'm talking like 0.75, like less than one child. And when you look at a country, let's say South Korea, where they have that active conflict, where they have, a military conscription, forced conscription, that with less children, they are going to go into a recession. And if there's ever going to be some type of
secret, hold on. I don't think that if there's no workers, is that a recession? ESARS, buddy, turn off the YouTube window.
Okay, just close it down.
Yeah, close it down, because now you're listening to this. There's a delay in YouTube to StreamYard.
Yep. No,
okay.
I think I'm good now. Thank you.
All right, cool, man. What do you got to say on the whole thing about baby deletion, regret, and all this other stuff?
It's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I was at work. I was late to the show. I missed a lot of it, but I've been trying to catch a live that I could get onto and talk with you guys. I relate to everything you say, and I'm enjoying this show so much. I'll tell you that I am a cook husband, ex-husband, fatherhood gone. I'm almost 50 years old, live in New Hampshire. So shout out to snowboard. And I just really.
Oh no, there's two of them. There's two of them.
Snowboard needed backup. So now we got another person with Caucasian for
you see ESARS pull up his friggin' forklift too to snowboard. We're gonna pound him out tonight, boys.
Right? Epic.
Yeah. What were you saying now?
No, I was just I wanted the opportunity to come on and be able to chat with you guys. So I'm blown away that you let me in here. Like I said,
anytime, man. Yeah.
I have a crazy story, man. So I got the rug pulled out from under me a little over 2 years from now. Totally cooked. It's a crazy story. And
do you want
I think
to come on a live and be on a about divorce, guys? We haven't done a divorce panel in a while.
Yeah, I do.
If you want to schedule this either sometime this week at 5 or maybe like the Sunday live here, email me or hit me up on Discord. We can schedule this, and you can have the floor to tell your entire story.
Yeah, dude, craziness.
Anyone who wants to tell your story, man. If you want to be on the panel, just me and you from the jump, and you have the floor and get it all out, guys, you totally can. Because what's crazy is like this is why I say, and what do I call you? Was it ESARS? What do I call you?
ESARS. That's what it is. ESARS.
Okay, ESARS. Do you agree that this is like the most
pandemic?
This is the most accepting and tolerant part of the internet. Guys, we don't care if you've got destroyed and divorced, if you've simped or whatever, as long as you stopped, you take the red pill, you moving on, you're welcome here, guys. And we will listen to your stories and we'll be supportive. That's just how we are. You know what I'm saying? Here, we aren't trying to constantly disqualify each other like these wokes and these goofy feminists. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the one thing.
I can tell that.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I can tell that. Like, when I watch this show, I can tell you I'm rolling on the floor laughing. It's amazing. And because of that, and, in the brief moments when you guys have kind of, talked about yourselves or your stories. And I realized like, wow, these are a bunch of dudes that are hysterical. I'm on the same page with your content and your information. And then, I realized that like you guys are in my age group, and I get the sense that this community is strong as hell. And if I can find a way to become a small part of it, or, whatever, I would love it.
Yeah, I think that, guys, I say this all the time, and I'll end it here in a little bit. But guys, there's a new crop of red pill guys coming up. Speaking of that, guys, go and sub to Omni's channel, please. Omni's doing good things over here, guys. Please, let's try and get him over 100 subs here, guys. Please, so go over there and drop him a sub, man. I appreciate that, guys. There's a new group of red pill guys, right? All the pickup artists, and we have courses and classes and how to get girls, and you got to be a billionaire. All those guys are all gone. Fresh and funky are gone. All those idiots. Now we have a bunch of guys. I really think that it's all our our sense of humor. Now we have this kind of dry, kind of like sense of humor we have, you know. All of us now, guys, we just laugh at all of this. The whole red pill rage thing, no, that doesn't work here. We just laugh. Because, guys, a lot of this is we told them so. The simps, we told you so. The 304s, we told you so. And, guys, all of us, we're essential workers. We save, we invest, or we're recovering from a divorce or whatever, but we're building this mental, spiritual, emotional, and financial bubble to shield ourselves from all this foolishness, right? And we want to be able to have a space where we can exchange ideas, where we can have fun. Because, guys, that's the one thing they can never, ever, ever, ever tell us. They always talk about who says our talking points, how it's said, but they can't prove it wrong. And also, guys, these feminists, they're trying to have a fight. They want, guys, we don't fight with these underheads. They're in the stadium with the ball on the field. And we're in the parking lot having beers and laughing at them. You know what I'm saying? They can't handle it. They want us to do this, the same thing that they do, and that's have these stupid signs and yell and scream and stress out. And that's what we're doing. By doing what we're doing now, we're treating these women, society, all this stuff, just like how we treated Bud Light, right? Just like how we treated Gillette. You know what I'm saying? Just like how we treated all the rest of these woke, dunderheaded things that we don't like. We just check out. What's the point? That's how we're winning. So that's ultimately.
And Esau, just so you know, I only discriminate against Anonymous because he's a ginger from the UK. That's the only reason why.
Yeah. Guys, here. I'm gonna end here.
We do always trash him.
Watch. Look.
There's something that I think women are wrong about, and it puts them in real physical danger. Like, possibly the biggest misconception that women have become convinced of is that we can take men in a fight. And specific, the whole, like, it's all about technique thing is total BS. Like, I don't care what you say. It truly is not just a matter of training. I don't care that you took a single self-defense course. I did over a decade of karate. I earned my black belt. I've taught martial arts. I did boxing. I've played rugby. I've sparred. I've been tackled, punched, hit by both genders. And it truly is not even close how different it is. And every woman I know, if she's done enough of this, if she has enough exposure to this kind of physicality from both sexes, she understands that. Ironically, it's the girls with zero experience in that vein who are the ones that get overly cocky, and it can get you seriously hurt or worse, because those are the women who go off to and mouth off to complete strangers when they're drunk, slap men, or try to, like, even worse, pick an actual fight because they think it's going to go their way just because they've seen too many superhero movies. Like, and they've probably seen things that talk about, oh, well, it's all about technique, or even worse, they've kind of been fed this subliminal message that shows women taking down men completely regardless of size larger than them. And I can honestly say that while an elite female fighter could probably take on a smaller, beginner male fighter, number one, you are probably not an elite female fighter. Neither am I, to be clear. And two, the average man without any training can basically overcome almost any woman. Now, this doesn't mean that you shouldn't learn self-defense. There is a ton that goes into your survival in really serious situations. And honestly, I think that the ability and the confidence to put up a fight at all can contribute meaningfully to your survival. But it does mean that you really should not start fights because you probably can't finish them.
There you go, guys.
Okay. Don't cancel me.
Hold on. This is the thing, guys. When I used to kickbox, right? Because I've done jiu-jitsu, kickbox, all that stuff. My friend was brand new at this, right? He used to break dance. So he was an athletic guy. He'd been training for about 3.5 months. So he was about 5'9", 5'10", maybe about 160 pounds. And he wouldn't even really work out. He would break dance and he would do like 500 push-ups and like 500 pull-ups. Like, he was pretty yoked, This girl, she was like 155 pounds, pretty tall. She was about 5'10", 5'9", national champion, kickboxing champion. So they get in the ring and, a lot of times girls will just start going hard because they kind of think that you won't go hard back. So she's coming at him hard and he just goes, Bop! He's like, oops, and he knocks her out cold. He's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. He just reacted, bang, and knocked her out cold. And he felt so bad. She was a national champion. Guys, put a 1 if you've done jiu-jitsu, guys. What's the first thing they tell you? Don't muscle your way out of things. Let these girls manipulate your joints and get positions on you. Because guys, all you have to do is just shrug them off. A girl tries to arm bar you, you literally just pick them up with one arm and slam them down. These women actually think, because men will try and avoid them or get away because we don't want to go to jail for hitting her back, that somehow we're intimidated and they can beat us in a fight. And the craziest part is, guys, you see female basketball players saying that they can take on guys. You know, I've never seen any UFC fighters say. I've never seen Valentina Shevchenko. I've never seen Nunes. I've never seen any of them say that they can beat men. Now that Clarissa Shields, that goofy Bob boxer broad, she's like a goofy beat up anyways, obviously, but she's trying to say that she can beat guys. It's an absolute joke. But I've never seen any serious female martial artist or competitor say that they can beat men. Guys, it's an absolute massacre. Even in something like tennis, you see girls getting smoked. There was a video, guys, that I did a reaction to that I have to post. Did you guys see the midgets versus the in shape
strong
chicks?
women?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And the midgets won, you know? What an absolute joke. Guys, these women nowadays, they're fighting men more and more and more. And the problem is they're going to come across Nug, who's been to jail and doesn't mind going back. And they're going to spit in his face. And Nug's going to go, yeah, and get him right in the face.
Get over here.
Yeah, this is not a game to any women out there listening to this, right? You cannot physically beat a man. It's not even the strength or the speed. It's the intangibles. It's our reaction time. It's how we generate force. It's how we track targets. It's our bone density. We can take punches and kicks. We can fall to the floor and take damage more than women can. It just doesn't make any sense. And these women, they watch, Captain Marvel and all these things, whatever, and think that they can somehow kick a dude in the face. It's like, why? Why? And you see it more and more. And guys, this is the main thing about this and about feminism. And guys, put a 1 if you agree with me. See, they played themselves because now these Gen Z and young millennials and Gen A are actually thinking that men and women are interchangeable widgets. So now, whereas ESARs, snowboards, Seagrip, myself won't hit a woman unless she's really, really coming after us like a knife. These little 18-year-olds, they will just smack a girl back because they've been told that men and women are equals. So they got played.
I remember when my cousin, when we were, I think I was maybe around 12, 13, something around that age, 14. And my cousin, she threw hot tea on me. And I literally screamed in pain as I went down and I uppercutted her and literally knocked her off her feet. And my grandmother went off. She's like, oh my God, Tony, he hit her like she was a man. Yeah. And they wanted my father to give me a beating for knocking the crap out of her. Now, and he took me in the bathroom to, and he just screaming. He just hit the sink because she was wrong. But I tell you this, my cousin never put her hands on me again after that.
Yeah. And guys, here's the thing. For any women who are listening, learn how to fight. And guys, oftentimes, if someone is trying to victimize you as a woman, guys, the act of fighting back is going to save your life. Mm-hmm. You know how a bear see like a small animal and see it as prey, but if it fights back, the bear's like, so big. Yeah. It takes, but also, guys, learn how to grapple. I'll tell you why. Because as a woman, if you can control the person enough, the average person can only fight for like 45 seconds and they're gassed out. So if the guy gets you on the ground, you grab full guard on him and just hold on, he'll gas himself out, you kick him off and you run.
Yeah. That's why Taekwondo tournaments are usually 3 minute rounds.
Yeah.
But they don't cancel me because you guys know I'm not into snowflakes. But this chick, you know, I do like a chick that can take a punch. So hey.
Not only does she like that, she can take being choked pretty good too.
Oh, tussle. Hey, Snowflake.
Yeah,
I'm about to go in her comments.
This guy says, as a male martial artist, I always tell the girls and ladies I teach this: being a black belt doesn't mean that you can now just beat men in a fight. All you now have is the tools that you can use to survive and escape dangerous or unpleasant situations. That's what I said. You know, guys. Once again, guys, don't fight. Don't street fight.
No.
If a dude's tripping, like, hey man, here, let me buy you a beer so I don't have to mess you up, dude. Seriously, because I don't fight. And you guys will see all the guys who know how to fight, like Seagrip, who was in the military and stuff like that. We don't fight. What's the point? You understand? What's the point? So
man, the best lesson I can, if I can impart any wisdom on you, please, if you can write a small check to avoid a big headache, write the small check, because I have spent tens of thousands of dollars on legal fees. I've had my Steins and my Jewish bulldog lawyer, and I'm telling you right now, I was in a situation where, you know, literally a chick I was with threw a drink in a dude's face, and literally the old me would have bucked up and it would have been on. And I'm like, look, dude, how about I buy you a beer and I'll give you $20 for your dry cleaning? And I bought him a drink, gave him $20, and we left. And as we were walking out, the cops were pulling up. And I'm just thinking, if we would have scrapped into this would have easily cost me 10, 15 grand in legal fees.
Yeah.
So
Guys,
write a
it's
small
not
check to avoid the problem, write the small check.
It's not the punch, right? It's them falling and hitting their head. Guys, there's this documentary called One Punch. Check it out. It's on YouTube. And it's these 5 English dudes that, you know, had different cases and them getting in a fight. They hit the guy, the guy falls down, never wakes up, and you're cooked. Now I can say that there was this guy who was deleting women. He was a serial killer, you know, and they called him the crossbow killer. And he would shoot women with a crossbow and then grab a knife and finish them off. And the one girl that got him caught, she was a Scottish lass, right? Who had like 9 brothers. So she grew up fighting, right? She's walking down her hallway to her house. All of a sudden, an arrow is sticking out of her chest. She's like, what in the world? So she turns around, and the guy's coming towards her with a knife, and she fought, bit, scratched. You understand? She's like, not today. I'm not going to die today, right?
Well, they like stabbings there and stuff, so she knows how to fight it off a little bit.
What I'm saying is, like, she was such she put up such a fight that he ran off, because once again, he was like a bear who only saw her as prey. Once she fought back, his whole mindset changed. So she survived and then was able to identify him, you know? So guys, always fight for your life, because you know you might as well if someone's trying to delete you. So, but all right, you guys, I'm gonna shut this bad boy down. Esars, hit me up on Discord, man. Do you have Discord?
I do.
Yeah, hit me up on Discord, man. It's
okay.
My same name. So, and then
excellent.
Yeah, and then anyone, guys, who wants to join the Discord, because we have a Discord, guys. I had to close it because we were getting trolls. I can email me and I'll let you in. Send me your YouTube name, and then send me why you're part of the Red Pill, and then I'll let you in. So,
and AJ, before you shut up, just a palate cleanser. I posted like a really quick YouTube short about this guy. He's a combat fighter, and he trained his daughter in jiu-jitsu. So just for a palate cleanser, I sent you a quick private shot.
This was also the first time she was going to put on the gi. First things first, she has to get weighed in. She has to weigh under 47 pounds. She has 3 fights in no gi and 2 fights in gi. She placed second in no gi, but here's how she did in the gi competition.
Get to your shoe. Get to your shoe. Shoot.
No, get that knee down. Don't be lazy. Don't be lazy. Get that there. Now come up high. Finish high. Get ready to turn. Turn it good. Keep turning. Keep hips to the mat. Relax and hips to the mat. Good. Now turn in. Good. Keep going. You're fine. There. Dog fight. Good job. Now keep going. Now go back to a shoot. Give me a shoot. Hey!
Where is this?
I kept coming to run, but gentlemen, don't let these people try to make you buy into the narrative that Black men aren't taking care of their children, that daughters don't need fathers, but also yes, get your children, get them involved in sports, especially your little girls.
Yeah. I can tell you this.
I just want to put that as a
this obviously isn't Chechnya or freaking Russia, because she gets smoked. have you seen these Russian, Chechen, Dagestani kids? Oh boy, they're animals by the time
and they would
like
disown their son if this happened
Seriously,
too.
Yeah. So. All right, you guys. Appreciate you guys. Guys, anyone who wants to join the Discord, guys, email me. I'll let you in. And yeah, guys. I'll let you guys tomorrow. Guys, here, throw tomatoes at Snowboard, all right? That's what we're going to do from now on.
Throw us a donation my way.
Look, AJ, I'm telling you, Snowboard. Someone in the chat posted about why we let Snowboard in here, and I keep saying it's Stockholm syndrome. Those 2 days you weren't on, I was Joseph for some Snowboard. Like, I now identify with our captor.
Yeah.
I love Snowboard.
That's Stockholm syndrome. It's
But all right, you guys.
All right,
appreciate
see you guys.
Take it easy.
Bye-bye.